Good morning. How we doing? We've got a slide. Sorry you have the headache. I know we get them when it's stormy too. We've got Butts coming in with that stuff. For almost 2 years, 23 months of support. Do you have an ornament on the tree, Butts, or do we get you an ornament? Let me know. Today I think is last day for ornaments, so if anyone wants in, make sure you renew that sub, gift sub, all that good stuff. Autofire, hello. How are you today? We've also got Ravenlord I know is in here. Wasted Mind. How we all doing today? Believe you do? Okay, cool. I got you then. I'm just being a complex needy today. No, you're good. Whenever we have a headache, that's the first thing we ask too. It's like, is it supposed to rain? Are we supposed to get anything? Is it a cold front? Oh my goodness. Well, hello. Welcome back to 90 Nikki.9, throwing it a million miles into the past, where we play Fist, some wolves, and some more fists. We have PJ absolutely won't on the ones and twos. Boots and cats. We aren't your mama's Twitch chat, radioactive place. I love it, absolutely well. Thank you. Thank you for my radio announcer intro. I love it. How are you today? Do I have you on my Christmas tree? I don't think I do. I don't think I have a William. Let me get you an ornament. It's been hard trying to remember who's on the tree and who's not. You want a car? Let me know, Will. I don't think I have you. But let me know. Alright, after our wonderful radio announcer intro, we're gonna be working on a Ballistus Dreadnought. This is the big chonky boy from our Imperial Fist commission that I'm super excited about. This is the new Dreadnought that came with Leviathan. And I just want to dive in. So we're just going to get started on him today. We're going to do panel lining, we're going to start metallics, start details, all that good stuff. That's the plan. What are you guys up to? You stayed up to renew sub? Let me put you on this car. Goodness, right? It's pretty great. William is summoning multiple fists, double fists, triple fists. He's evolving. Wasteland Ranger, welcome in. How are you today? Let me get you on the tree. William. There we go. Gotcha. I'll put you up on the Christmas tree today. Thank you. What you up to today? Sounds like you're off to bed, though. I hope you get good rest if you're off to bed. Norman, welcome in. How are we doing? This is the Shooty Dreadnought. Yes, this is the new Shooty Dreadnought. He's very chonky. Very chonky. So I'm excited to get started on him. What's everyone else up to today? What do we got going on? Anyone else doing some hobby? I think a lot of people probably headed back to work today. I'm gonna try my best to make it a productive day. Hey, that's Peacha, thank you so much for that sub, for 12 months of support. I don't think I have you on the Christmas tree either. Let me get you an ornament. How are you today? What you up to? Let me get this on here. 3 E's, right? Ugh, dang it. I said it and then I didn't do it. There we go. Got you on the Christmas tree. Thank you so much for the support. How are you today? Welcome on in. Zero Signers says, for some reason my local shop only has, the Brutalis Dreads. We have one of those to paint too. Yep. They're neat. They're cool little dreads. But this boy, I really wanted to paint, so we're on it today. Yeah, what's everyone else up to? What we got going on? Here after holiday has been rough. I have not wanted to get out of bed the last couple days here. Trying to get back to it. I qualified for playoffs in our little 40k league. That means I get to face the Eldari again. Let's go. Godari with the 10-man squad of Wraithguard. I have no answers to. Oh. Well, I haven't even played enough to offer anything. Sorry. If anyone else in chat can offer anything. Jesse, thank you so much for that sub for 39 months of support. You guys are determined to not let me paint Dreadnought. Let's get you an ornament. What have I got left? I'm trying to use up like all the really cute ones first. Okay, let's do a Coco. Coco for Jesse. For sure, welcome in. How are ya? Finish up work, switching over to building some more Imperialis. Very nice. Alright, Jizzy. Oh, I combined your L and your K, I'm sorry. There we go. Put you up on the tree. Thank you so much. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Why did it do it now? Sometimes the notification thing is weird. But we got you. We got you. Eldari are fair and balanced. No nerfs required, says Wasted Mind. Noted Eldari player. A brick, says Scott. That's pro gaming tip right there. A brick. Goodness. Let's see. Peaches says thanks. Finishing work, then some shopping, dinner, and start on the base colors of Canonist Viridian for the January challenge. Let's go. Anyone else working on January challenge today? I need to get mine primed so I can come join you. I got them built and then I just haven't touched them. And that's a problem, I think. I think we need to, get started on that. I think I will bring mine on next week for stream. So we'll work on Lucius for a day. Probably another day on the Cavalier Marshal. I think that will be good for while we're doing troops for the Imperial Fists. I think that's my plan, is to kind of swap those out next week. Biz has made good progress on the basement. I'm glad. What all did we get done yesterday? What's the January challenge? Yes, we are doing kind of similar to what we did for December, where we all painted a monster or a vehicle. We're all doing heroes and characters. So if you want to come join us, pick a mini in the backlog that is built or primed, like you haven't really started it. You'll take a before photo, you'll put that in the Discord, and then we're all painting together this month. So if you want to come join us, it's in the Discord. Let me throw that in the chat here. But we are all just getting started, so it's a good time to hop in, especially if you've got New Year goals for a hobby. Go ahead and check that out. I am going to, so tomorrow, no stream. No stream here, no stream YouTube. I'm going to take a recording day because we need to record December challenge. I'm getting a ton of questions on my Seraphon basing, so I'm going to do a tutorial for that. And I want to start the anime repaint. So I'm going to take tomorrow to do the content creator classic of record something, change my shirt, record something, change my shirt. I'm going to take a day and do that. So tomorrow, no stream, either platform. Avian, hello, how are you? Mageson, welcome in. How we doing? How we doing? William says, I just worked an 80-hour stretch of days, so when I will Thulu awaken, all of reality shall feel my power. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you're at the end of that now. Guy with the smile, welcome in. Eldari for life, going all the way back to Rogue Trader. Very nice. Got some more Eldari fans. What you up to today? Welcome on in. One of ours is my January challenge piece. Needed a lot of gap filling. Waiting for the milliput to cure before I do anything else. Glad you got an early start on it then. That's the worst is waiting on all of that, right? Jay says, next up is patching the walls again. Squeezel, welcome in. How are you? Let me catch up here. You don't stream tomorrow. You change your shirt? Always change the shirt. Always be changing shirts. That is that's the classic. It's that, or you guys can have like 4 videos back to back of me in the same outfit. Those are the options. What does Will Thulu do to reality? Convert the world to Teletubbies? That sounds pretty... Probably My Little Pony instead of Teletubbies, if I had to guess. I think that's what we learned. My Little Pony. Let's see. Oh, we're talking Gaiman, Norman. Trying to figure out what to do with this Eldari list. Extensive gap filling's why I waited 20 years for me to start working on it. That'll do it, yep. Yep. I also hate gap filling. I try to do, like, a bunch all at once. Like, if I can do a couple minis all at the same time. Then I'll usually, like, hop in and try to do it. It's just one mini. Kind of a pain. Hey, Gaviac, welcome back in. How are you today? We've got a Dreadnought today. This is the Ballistus Dread for our Imperial Fist. So I'm just getting a few, like, details on here started. We're gonna do a lot of metallics today. We'll do our edge highlighting. We'll do our panel lining, all that good stuff. That's what happens when Cass becomes an Elder God. Oh, we could only be so lucky if Cass turned into an Elder God. Yeah. I'm just realizing I want this to be black also, so we're gonna get that right. No, not the ponies. It's too late now. Canon event. I did break well. That was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. Let's see, preparing boxes and cleanup since I'm leaving. Oh, apartment on Saturday. Okay. So getting all of the moving stuff done. I hope it goes well. I know that is stressful. You can get everything where you want it to be. Moving's just the worst. But hype for a new place. That's always exciting. You know, settled in at the new place. Hey, what's everyone else up to today? Today I'm gonna start preparing for that recording. I need to get that all together. I think I have a couple emails I need to go through. I do my workout. I finished my first day of my 75-day challenge yesterday. So I got my workout, I got my water, and I did my Duolingo. I did all the things yesterday. It's off to a good start. Anyone else doing some resolutions? How did day one go? Hey Gomber, welcome in. How are you? Made a deal with my wife. I wouldn't move for 25 years last time we moved. The best deal. Yep. Yep. It's no fun. I think we realized that with you know, economy as it is and everything, we're probably gonna be here a while. So I think we're starting to look at like the projects we didn't finish when we first moved in. So like our master bath is our next project. We're just gonna make what we've got where we want to be. It wasn't the initial plan, but it's what we're gonna do, I think. Okay, bye. We did the first day of yoga, day 0. It's just deep breathing. That is very important for later, though. That'll help with the yoga to come. That's a big part of it. I don't know how much of that they went over it, but are Tim Tams acceptable breakfast? I mean, if you are breaking your fast with them, I mean, I think it counts. Chat, what do we think? Tim Tams breakfast food? Little breakfast Tim Tam? Look at that shooty boy. Hey, Live Madness, how are you? Welcome on in. I had to start him. He was too cool. He had to get started. How are you today? Let me get... I want the nicer agrax. Get the other one out for my stuff. Nice one. Did the Japanese at the same time you're wrong? No. Not with having to do like a touch screen and no. I get too distracted. I'm gonna fall on my face if I do that. There you are. Thank you, Avi. I appreciate it, but I can't do it, no. I can't do it. Because as I cross his fingers, hope to have the basement reno done by the end of the month. Let's go. Norma says, I had an idea that since I made 3 Warcry bands for us, I should also do a few Raptors and Gargoyles, respective basing schemes for easier inclusion. Got the idea now. Have to recall how I based the individual bands. Oops. Crunchies are superior. I love crunchies. Whenever I get a care package and crunchies are in there, they last all of about 2 seconds. About 2 seconds. Avian, the next thing I have to do for Duolingo is I have another hiragana section, which I think is the hardest part. Those, they put a lot of those lessons, like, back to back, and it's so different, so they're difficult. But that's what I've got later today, is another hiragana-lism, yeah. So I've got that. So it has all three. It has the hiragana, the katakana, and then the kanji. And I don't know when I, like, start the other ones. I'm assuming it's once I have somewhat of a handle on the hiragana. But that's what I've got next. You want me to write Blarg? Could you put Blarg into, Big Boss, welcome in, how are you? I don't know what crunchies are, but things that go crunch sound tasty. Yes, they are a UK chocolate bar. Do recommend looking them up. They're very good. They've got like honeycomb and chocolate. Catus, thank you so much for that sub for 37 months of support. How you doing today? And do you have an ornament? Do I need to put you on the tree? Let me know. Welcome, welcome on in. I appreciate it. Tony, welcome in. How are you? Norman asks, Nikki in chat, do you write down your basing and painting recipes? I do if I know it's a long-term project or like a commission I know I'm going to get a couple waves of. Then I write them down, yeah. If it's like a one-off thing, nah. But if I know I'm going to be doing it again, yeah, I try to. Or at least like take a quick photo of the paints I'm using to like store away somewhere. Chat, same thing. Do you record your painting recipes? Let's see, don't get up here, says Big Boss. Don't have to go back to school until tomorrow. So one more day of slacking. We love to see it. I missed some parchment here. Use the loan words when communicating. There you go. You got one last one? Okay, cool. Gotcha, Kes. Yeah, today's kind of the last day for ornaments. I want to make sure we get everyone on who wants to be on the tree. Scott just says, no, I just asked Nikki what colors I used. I am pretty good at color matching, so I don't take as much unless it's like for a client. Then I'll make sure I write some of it down. Will says, I'ma go sleep. Much love you chat. Nikki, I consensual. Hug your face. Happy New Year. That's barely English. I hug your face, Will. Happy New Year. Go get some rest. We'll see you later. Bye-byes for now. Gone Beyond One, welcome in. Let's see, finally making progress. Ooh, on Strahd Mini, welcome in. How is it coming along so far? The Big Boss says, I've started that for projects I know I'll be working on for forever. That says I try my best. There's a notebook on my painting desk that I write stuff in. Just says, I tell myself I'm going to write down my recipes, and then I never have. My minis take so long if I need to do touch-ups. I need reference, yeah. I'll admit, there are times where I've had to go back to my Patreon guides because I forgot how I did something. So I go back and I pull up the PDF. It's like, oh yeah, that's how I did it. And then I can... It saved my butt a couple times. So having the PDFs already there. I'm not organized enough to record recipes. Particularly paint mixes, change from session to session. Yeah, if you're doing a lot of mixing, then it's very difficult. Hey, Sargarius, how are you? Greenleaf, hello. How are you? What are we up to today? We're working on a Ballistus Dreadnought for the same Imperial Fist army as our Apothecary yesterday, which if you missed him, there he is. They're coming along. We're going to keep on cruising through this army. We've got this, and then the Chaos Knights that I'll be working on off-stream, at least for a little bit here. They're just very custom, and I want to make sure I get everything right. Easier to do when I can hop around and airbrush off-stream. So once they're ready to come back on, we'll bring them back on. Also great color matching. Also colorblind, so they look good to me, not so much for others. Oh. I'll say the times I wrote them down, but then forgot what they were for. Oh no. You just have color recipes in the void. Maybe for those who are doing hobby goals, maybe that's our resolution for this year. Write down more of our stuff. Somebody made a joke about the Japanese loanwords being sometimes easier to understand and pronounce, even for non-Japanese English speakers. I have to agree. I do like when you hear the loanwords in just like a sentence. Like, oh yeah. For sure, so these Ogrins I'm building are 14 millimeters tall, but still in 4 parts. Enjoy. Enjoy. Oh wait, this part in particular is gonna be a hard time. I see this recipe thing as a problem for all of us. It sounds like it, yeah. But possibly a good hobby goal for the year. Start off strong. Get you a notebook. Start jotting them down. Just in casesies, I think. Hey, Damage Carbine, welcome in. Thank you. How are you? Happy New Year. We are starting off with commission work right off the bat here for stream. Things are interesting when dealing with other language loanwords, such as German. What the longest German loanword is? Who knows? Let's see. Woke up after 3 hours with a ton of energy, so I start cleaning up my apartment. Quite a bit done, then crash. I've been away for 2 hours now. All I want to do is watch sad movies. So here for Hobby Cheer, well, we've got a Ballistus Dread. We'll keep you company. Here is where the Apothecary ended up yesterday. There's some more Imperial Fists. The other one I really want to start is the new Terminator kit. Because they look very, with the larger scale, they just look real crisp. I want to work on them. So that's what I've got here. And then for Sub Sunday, you guys voted, and you guys wanted to see Bushido, which I was very surprised. It edged out Ludba by a vote. So I think this Sunday we will start that. We'll start my Bushido warband. Hey, Fortune Mars, welcome in. How are you? Happy New Year. What you up to today? We have many yellow friends in the studio. We've got a Ballistus. We've got the new Brutalis. We've got the Terminators, the Infernus Marines. What else do I have over there? Tech Marine, a Librarian. We have Titus, but in yellow, so that's kind of fun. I'm excited for what the internet bros think of that one later. That'll be fun. What else do I have? Terminator Captain. And then we got some tanks. And J-Big, what up? How are you? Welcome on in. We're working on a big stompy boy. Let's see, I'm painting some yellow friends. Oh, Kratos tanks. The Kratos is such a cool tank. Enjoy. All the yellow friends. All the yellow friends. My hobby resolution is to paint more than I acquire. Same as last year when I nearly managed it. Mine, in case anyone was wondering, is more personal stuff, which I did much better with last year. And I want to try some new, obviously, taking the time to record tomorrow is part of it. Try some new things. And then my Seraphon army is kind of my secondary, which is also part of personal projects. So. But I'd like that ready to like have a larger game. Even says I was still in holiday mode cleaning. Lisa Faye says, knew I needed to actually rig that vote, but didn't. Feels bad, man. That's okay, I'm sure. I feel like Ludwig gets suggested every time, so. It just means I can paint her whenever. It's kind of nice. Whenever we just need a pinup break, we can get her started. We get a little tired of yellow one week, we can pull her out. I'm the kind that if I'm unfamiliar with a paint, I need a recipe. If it's something I'm used to for years, I know exactly what I need to do to achieve the result I want in my mind. Makes sense. I do like having, especially with like Warhammer, it's kind of nice to know what they use to get started, and then I can kind of go off that. So I guess a lot of my recipes are army-based. Wasted Mind, what the heck? Wasted Mind gifting out 30 subs to the community. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are going to make me cry this week. Chat, I'm gonna need your help on this vote. Wasted mine trying to bribe chat into the next sub Sunday. Those are going out too. Nayat Arc. Thigh-high stocking lover. Man of culture. Capt Cook, Saber 1, Guy with the Smile, Damaged Carbine, Warboss Tuska, Apocalypse Nurse, Shadow Sun, Gaston Corky, Magnat, Wodos, Matt, Gutsy Toad Sage, Joy of Painting Minis, Jason, I Eat Hella Wings, Resin Poisoning, KT, Agu, Lars, Tom Posh, Omar, Flare Out, Reds, Mr. Mark West, Scott Frazier, Rocket Chicken, NetJam, and Melamber25. Enjoy those emotes and your ad-free viewing from Wasted Mind. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Now, chat, you vote for Ludba this time. Yes, sir. Wasted Mind, thank you. I appreciate it. Osirin, welcome in. How are you? Thank you, thank you. Okay, well, yeah, that's another sub Sunday. You guys destroyed it. I will get that ready for Sunday, Wasted Mind. Goodness. Wasted Mind says Paint Kingdom Death. I feel like, I mean, it was second on the poll. Should that just be an auto in? I feel like maybe it should. Auto in for sub Sunday. The ultimate rigging of the vote. Norman says, okay, chat, that did me in. I wrote down recipes I am currently using. Good thing I did. Turns out there are more than just these 2 paints. Chat deserves their say. Okay. Ludba will be on the vote. But Wasted Mind has said. Wasted Mind has made it clear. To be fair, if you buy 30 subs, you get the reward, I say. I mean, it was second, so, like, the probability of it winning, pretty good. Pretty good. Not always a given with this chat, but pretty good. Wait, can money buy votes on this community? I can, in fact, be bribed. Yes. This is my full-time gig. I can, in fact, be bribed. Alright, Wasted Mind instead. We will vote. I will get that ready for Sunday. Thank you, Wasted Mind. I appreciate it. We have a full Pinups of Death collection to work our way through, so more to come. Good to know. Alright, there's some of our panel lining. Let's get... what do I want to do next? I feel like we need to start the metallics, even though I really don't like doing it for dreadnoughts. Let's start it. Let's start it. They either get the pet or the blam. Wait, so nice. It's up to you, chat, to decide. What if all the entries were Ludba and William has to pick? I could do just a full Kingdom Death vote. You guys want to do that? We could throw in some creepy and some pinup. You guys want a full just Kingdom Death vote? That would be good entertainment. Alright, well you guys saw the pinups we built the other day. We have the Disciple of the Witch, which was on the vote. We did the, is it the Death Armor? That was in there. We can throw that on the vote. Put Gorm back in. Because Gorm? I don't think Gorm got as many votes once the other stuff was added, though. Thinking an OnlyFans channel dedicated to Will and Ludba. Actually, no, I'm not. I was like, no, never mind. Abandoned idea. Will strapped a chair. Pick the non-Ludba, but it's all Kingdom Death. Oh. Thank you so much, Wasted Mind. I will get that together. I guess I will ask chat. What should go on the vote, chat? And then get a note card. I feel like You guys want to pick out another pinup to throw on there? What should be the vote? Since it is chat picks, what do you guys want to see? My fear would be multiple pinups would split the vote. That's a good shout. I was gonna say, if there's another one you want to see, Waste of Mine, well, let me know. This is the time. Chat tries to figure out what they want to see. It'll be a good time. Let's see. While chat is deciding what they want to see. Do we have any hobby news? I think the only hobby news I've really seen is Old World pricing is out and about. What do we think of Old World pricing, chat? I think some people are a little shocked to see the sticker shock, I guess. Old World new prices, yeah, that's a good way to sum it up. Especially, I think the movement tray was the everyone was a little annoyed at. But again, I'm sure 3D printers will kind of pull some of that up. Didn't see the pricing yet. I think it's in our Discord if you wanted to check it out. I saw it there, and I think people just on Twitter talking about it. A lot of people seem a little not happy about it. Especially with the book concern we were talking about the other day. I don't think about Old World at all, says I said that. Fair. I just think that's the most hobby news I've seen. There were the new story anniversary models. We actually got Tau for it. We had a new ethereal, and then a new dwarf for fantasy. I'm glad they're doing kind of different factions for those. That was cool to see. I'm not interested in either myself, but cooler than some other factions. Looking forward to painting vampires. I forgot I have Spider Riders to finish for the local painting challenge. Oh, that got extended. Is Cabo's gonna get the speediest of speed paints. When do the vampires need to be done? Like, I know you've got one in the challenge, but when do the rest need to be done? Price is pretty much what you expected. Spider Riders won't be too bad to speed through. The new Rune Smiter, yeah, for the Fire Slayers. Norman, I tried to react to your spider the other day, so I was like looking for an emote to do the reaction. And I tried to look up Spooter, and I couldn't understand why Discord wasn't giving me anything. And I felt really stupid after. My brain was just like, Spooter. No, Nikki, it's a spider. So I just had to tell you. Funny how half the Fire Dwarf HQs are still locked behind limited edition anniversary models. That whole army just feels like it's in a weird spot. They have like so many just little heroes on foot, and then they don't really seem to get anything else. It just seems like they're in a tough spot in general, if that makes sense. My phone corrects spider to Spooter automatically. So you wouldn't even know. I felt so dumb. I'm like, why can't I find the spider? Because it's a spider and not a Spooter, Nikki. Here, Brian, welcome in. How are you today? We're working on the new Ballistus Dreadnought. How are you? Trying to get back into the swing of things after holiday here. Okay, pretty good here. Yeah, just getting to it. Getting some more commission work in. That's about it. The new warband is a good sign for Fire Slayers. Yeah, I hope they get just more options. Just more cool stuff. I feel like there's a few armies like that where it's just, I would get them or look at them if they had a few more kind of unique things to them, like new battle line or a couple more units. Like Beastmen is the one I always bring up. They got like a couple more new cool things, then I would be tempted. But right now they just don't have the variety that some other armies have. That makes it hard to consider picking up. More Femme Fire Slayers? Let's go. Go. But yeah, I think if they got a big redo, that would be pretty cool. I feel like they could benefit from that quite a bit. Chat, do you have any armies like that? Or if they got like a, let's say a Seraphon style or Nid style refresh with like new minis and stuff, what army would you get in with? What's that army you've been like waiting on? But if they got cool stuff, you'd be in. Rumors BCs are gonna get axed from Age of Sigmar and move to the old world? Oh, that makes me sad. But wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Beats of Chaos. Skaven Rat Ogres, Gut Earner, so Skaven update. I keep seeing the rumor of them being in the 4th Ed launch box. I guess we'll see. I think it was specifically Clan Ashen getting a bunch of stuff. That's the rumor. Horde Enthusiast me wants to say Skaven, but I'm low-key scared it's coming. I'm too tempted by it. That's the rumor for next edition here. I'm excited to add on to some Skaven. It's been a bit. I've enjoyed getting the little war bands, though. It's been fun. I realized the other day I straight up didn't post the last few we painted, so I think I need to correct that. I think I got to the basing step and then just didn't finish all the way, so I might see if they need anything else and get those up. This game versus Cities would be amazing. Cities just got a bunch of stuff. Cities just got a whole refresh there. Hey, Mayo Ketchup, welcome in. Is the black to yellow gradient done with an airbrush? Yeah, so I did two different. So on the yellow itself, it actually starts with Mornfang Brown up to my yellow. And then the black is done separately, and I did black to just a dark gray for now. How are you? Welcome in. So I've got that on this. Here is how it looks on the Terminators. And then we also started an Apothecary yesterday. So we've got a very large, this is essentially round 3 of a commission. It's a very large Imperial Fist army we're working on. Thank you. How are you? Is there anything you're working on? Any projects on the table? Welcome, welcome in. For anyone who may be new, hello, I'm Nikki. We paint a lot of Warhammer here. I've been working on my Seraphon army here lately, but hit the wrong button. If you'd like to see some of the other projects we're working on, that's over on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. I finished up a Gladiator for my Space Wolves, and I'm about to start Lucius for my Imperial, or Emperor's Children. So that's what we've got. Welcome on in. You know, something's wrong in the Orc Def Coptic got separate release before the new Rat Ogres did. Those Rat Ogres. I still can't believe they put that in the Warcry box. I'm gonna keep saying it. Like, I can't believe that's what they decided to go. Blows my mind. Bunch of New Skaven versus now Fresh City stuff. Hey, Reaction, welcome in. New Skaven stuff? I want it. Me too. Welcome in. How are you? Me too. I'm here for New Skaven. I am a Clan Scryer girl, but Eshin really needs it. And Mulder could use some new stuff. Pestilence and Scryer have gotten all of the love. Time to get the other ratties some love. Forgot to mention, love how the Spooter base turned out. It really triggers that, yes, this is an overgrown ruin feeling. The blue-black ink was a great choice. Ignore the shininess of it. With a, did you get a matte coat on it? Help with shiny? I know sometimes it still will be shiny, but... Rat Ogres for Warcry? The old Rat Ogres are in the Warcry box for Skaven. It's not the nice Island of Blood Rat Ogres. It's the old Rat Ogres. Is what I had mentioned earlier. I'd like to upgrade my Skaven army. More or less new models, yeah. We've gotten a few warbands, which have been nice, but as far as a big refresh, just waiting for when they get their new battle tome and when they get some updated stuff. Their round of goodies. Hey Hoot, welcome in. How are you? We're working on a Ballistus Dreadnought today. What you up to? We're talking Age of Sigmar rumors. When we think things will get updated. And then, yeah, what does Old World do to some of those that aren't going to get updates, like Beast of Chaos? I did put on a matte coat, possibly too little of it. We'll try some small spiders if it's a good idea. I will say, too, when I do the matte coat, if I don't thin it enough, it'll still turn out glossy. And it makes me crazy, but I've had that happen, too. So I'll throw that out there in case that's what happened. Studio, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, everybody coming in. Hey, Vex, how you doing? We are working on a Ballistus Dreadnought. Look at this big boy. So this is for, we have a wave of an Imperial Fist commission. So we've got the Ballistus. We've got some Terminators. And we started an Apothecary yesterday. So lots and lots of yellow. Welcome in, everybody. How is stream? Studio, what you up to today? Hello, hello. 4G, hello, Suspicious Fish. Welcome back in. Hello, Vex, Mini Mommy. How we doing today? We're talking a little bit of Sigmar as you guys come in, and kind of what does Old World mean for some of these armies. The rumor is Skaven going into the new starter box, so we're just kind of talking through some of that as you guys come in. Who says, I finally finished building zombies, let's go. Spent way too much time on models and don't do anything in the game. Yeah, you spent all that time hacking stuff up, and then they're just gonna get removed turn one. Oh, you have rattle cannons option. You can't really thin. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's a matter of... I'm sure you do. But checking weather conditions and stuff then. Or yeah, if you just need to apply a little bit more. I don't know for rattle can, unfortunately. Sorry. But hopefully that helps. Just going over it one more time. Good, thanks. Hope you're well. We're doing well here. We're just trying to get a good start on New Year projects. Everyone coming over with the raid, do we have New Year hobby goals? What are we working on? Well, we got raiders. What does Old World mean? I played Necrons, so see more skelly boys got my attention. Sure, so Old World is essentially they're bringing back Warhammer Fantasy Battle as opposed to Age of Sigmar. So Fantasy Battle was the system before Sigmar for their fantasy line. It was rank and file, so you actually have movement trays that the armies go into. And they move a little differently because they are a block of troops rather than individual troops. But that is coming out here in the next couple weeks. If you're interested, I would say head on over to Warhammer Community. But that is the rank and file system for fantasy. See, stream is fun, just painting on a marine. Very nice. Still trying to finish stuff from last year. I mean, that's a good goal and resolution. Chat, if you're not following Studio, please go follow Studio. Studio is a good friend of the stream. Also works on a lot of Warhammer and some other miniatures. Does some video gaming from time to time. Go follow Studio for me. Thank you again for that raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let me scroll back up here. Hey Donkey, welcome in. Just started my second read of the Horus Heresy. I've never painted a model in my life. Something I should start with. You're looking for a model to start with? I'm going to say from reading Horus Heresy, is there an army or something that you really kind of vibe with? Is there something you've really enjoyed? Hey, Guinea Pig, welcome in. New Year goal is to start painting for the first time in like 18 years. That's amazing. Do you have something picked out to come back with? You have a project in mind? Ogre Forge, welcome in. Katega, hello. How we doing? We're going to clean up some gaps and mold lines for the Outriders today. Let's go. Thanks for coming to hobby with us. Titans! Forge more immediately. Get the Titans! Oh. I didn't miss anything. Okay. Is Luna Wolves a thing I can't paint? Because Garviel have a model. So Luna Wolves you would probably be looking at. So Horus Heresy has gotten kind of a relaunch with Games Workshop. It used to be a lot of Forge World, but now more of it is with actual in the Warhammer stores and on the site. So you can do Luna Wolves, but you would be looking at probably Horus Heresy era models. I'm trying to remember if Garviel has a model. Chat, can you help me out? Oh, I think he does. Yeah, does have a model. Really expensive. It comes with Abaddon. There we go. So if you wanted to add on, a lot of those characters are from Forge World, so they'll be resin, but they are available. The character series is actually really fun to paint. I've painted several of the Primarchs, and they are nice models. Sadly, can't hang around. Need to be out the door. All good, studio. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Happy New Year. We'll catch you next time. Bye-byes for now. Termican, hello. How are ya? I don't have pre-built models, so I'll do the cutting for the before photo now. Yeah, I was going to say, as long as you get that before photo, you're good. I'm excited to see Termican. Suspicious Fish says, my goal for 2024 is to keep up my painting hobby, to play more Warhammer, get better, and painting weapon art for Necrons. Let's go. That sounds like good goals to me. Catching up here. Guinea Pig's got a broken old Tau battlesuit I found in the attic. Will be my first practice piece, but currently building Age of Sigmar Khorne and Votann on the way. Okay, so you've got a few fun choices then. Welcome, welcome in. If you have any questions, if anyone has any questions, let us know. We're just kind of hanging out, chatting Warhammer. But if you have any questions, if you see something I'm doing that you're wondering colors, things like that, happy to stop and show. So welcome in, or happy to have you. Yeah, sounds like we got some fun projects in the chat. For sure, since I like Horus Heresy, it's not for everyone. It has an older, more complex rule set. And it's a lot of 7th ed without all of the silly detachments, which is why I did not play 7th. So there's a lot of the vehicle facings and things like that. Very, very different. Yeah, I didn't play a lot of 7th because of the detachment stuff, so I'm not as familiar with it. It's been a while since I've touched any of it. Is that Mr. Krakow? Welcome in. How are you? Oh, you want to paint 1,000 minis. What are we starting with? What have you got for your 1,000? All lined up. That's a big goal. A big goal. Let me catch up here. Let's see. Brady says, back in the hobby after 10 years, building first army, Grim Smurfs, looking to learn to play in the new year. I like when there is a play goal, too. I actually did that last year as one of my, resolutions. I have found that I am way more likely to, be motivated to paint if I'm playing. Does anyone else kind of have that same thing? Whether that's events or just with friends? I think that's part of my Seraphon, is now that Scott and I are playing Age of Sigmar, I'm way more likely to take some of my personal time to work on it. Because I want stuff ready for the next game. Sometimes it's fine. I never see a blast template again in 40k. I'll remain happy. I thought the scatter was kind of fun, but I understand why. Just in the name of speeding things up and preventing arguments, I understand why it's gone. I also am not a competitive player, so what may be fun to me may be very annoying at a tournament. Let's see, I have a load of old 3rd Ultramarines and Dreadnought. So much smaller than that one. The scale creep is kind of ridiculous, yeah. So we've got this boy today. I've also got the new Terminators in the larger scale, which look just real crispy at the big scale. So I'm excited to dive in on those a little bit later. But yeah, the scale creep is definitely interesting here. Especially if you've got a mix of, you're trying to bring in like Primaris along with some firstborn stuff, or some very older models. Definitely interesting to see how all it works together here. I decided to just go ahead and chunk a bunch of my firstborn stuff. I don't think they're going to get mini updates and fun stuff anymore. You have 1,400 minis in your pile of shame. Okay, so we're going to take a chunk out of that this year then. Sounds like it's the plan. Yeah, 3 minis a day for a year. That seems, I mean, depends. Depends on the system we've got here. If you've got it, if you've got something worked out, it can happen. I think for a lot of people it'd be pretty tough, but if you've got the system in place. If we're speed painting, if we're, we can airbrush a lot of it, something like that. Then it can be done. I have people waiting to play my cities, actually, because no one else around plays them. Big Boss says, bring back guess range artillery. There are 2 types of people in the chat. 2 types of people in the chat. Let's say I love blast templates, but they need 0 space. I'm sorry, they have 0 space in competitive environment. That's the tough part. Is if they're gonna keep leaning into the tournament settings and things like that. Blast template's not great for that. Welcome in. How are you? Even army? Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you have lined up first for our 1,000 minis? What's the plan here? I'm curious what you got. Or rest of our raiders, even if you don't have a specific New Year's resolution. What are we working on this year? What projects everyone got on the table? My hobby resolution is more personal projects, which I was better about last year. So sometimes commissions just take over. So more personal projects. And then as part of that, I have a new Seraphon army. So I'm trying to get that. What I have all painted, which at this point, what do we have left? We have the little skinks to just kind of knock out one day. Those will be easy. I've got my Raptidon Chargers. We just finished the Hunters, so now the Chargers need to get finished. I have the terrain piece for them, and then some of the flying ones. And then I got the Astrolith Bearer and the Star Seer for Christmas, so we'll get them together as well. I think the Seraphon's pretty doable. For sure, since I painted 160 models last year, I was super happy with that. That's a lot of minis, yeah. Chargers are very killy, by the way. I didn't expect that when facing the poor Seraphon player. That's good to know. I had a bad matchup for my Hunters, so the one time I've taken them, it wasn't a great matchup for them. But good to know for the Chargers. I like killy. I like cavalry, so kind of learning what they can do will be nice. Since I'll have them and the Agrodons. You guys didn't play War Machine or Hordes then. They use blast templates, spray templates, lots of tokens. I didn't care for War Machine, no. And then our community was gross. Very competitive. No, didn't enjoy War Machine. Now hearing about some of the stuff they've got with their new system has been interesting. I already use movement trays when I move multiple groups of 20 warriors, so it does feel right. Thankfully I don't have the budget to go all in on the square bases. That's going to be interesting, is seeing if people are willing to now rebase back for Old World. Considering a lot of people have already rebased for Sigmar. It'll be interesting to see. Smoking pipe of the priest is like a fifth the size of the glasses of the flower knight. It's very small. I do remember that. Kingdom Death loves those tiny pieces. Kingdom Death and Malifaux just fighting for smallest model piece. They both love them. War Machine was cool, but it was way too competitive. Yeah, it failed the vibe check for me. Which is a shame, because some of the models are really cool. And then you get into, like, the mixed metal kits. So you've got, like, metal and plastic kits. Now they're doing 3D printing, but, like, in the shipping, they're not giving enough protection for the pieces. So, like, things are arriving broken. Having to get replacements. I don't know. Seems like a little bit of a mess. the Raptidon chargers. Class templates and scatter dice and all sound like amazingly interesting concept. I 100% know would cause endless arguments on the tables. That's exactly what happened, yep. Especially with competitive settings. So I understand why they're not around anymore, but I always thought they were cool, like a cool way to show what the weapon does, I guess. What they're really facing out there on the battlefield. Plus, it led to really funny moments when things would, like, scatter back on you. There was always, like, APOC stories of artillery scattering back, and that's always funny. So, you lose some of that. At least some of the top Age of Sigmar players are ex-War Machine. I didn't even think about people basing and rebasing, and then re-rebasing. Yeah, they're not 40k models. I would be mad if I had to do that. Yeah. A lot of the people who played Fantasy decided to stick with it, go Age of Sigmar. So they go to round bases. Now Old World's coming back. If you have an army that can do all of the systems, like, do you rebase? Do you leave them? It's tricky. Obviously, the big focus has been Bretonnia and Tomb Kings, which aren't on Sigmar. But yeah, if you've got some of those armies that can do both, what do you do? Be interesting to see. A lot, especially, oh, in Australia. Interesting. My rules always let the opponent decide how many were under the template. I think something like that could be a good way to do it. I feel like when I played, it was... I didn't have anyone who would really argue with me. Other than, like, maybe one model. I also think, with more of those things, that should just be a dice roll. It's like, is this guy under? Roll a dice. 4 up, he's under it. Just move on. Move on. It says, I still have 5 Raptidons to build. They might get built one day. Here's your 30-year-old army box. I have my chargers to build too. I built the hunters, but I never actually built the chargers. So I shall join you. You can move trays of circles in them, best of both worlds. I didn't know how well they lined up with... Like, do they work pretty well? So I feel with rank and file, it'd be tough to get the circles all mushed in there, but... Why are the gaps on Glotkin so huge? It's been a while since I have built one. I think, fortunately, a model with, like, Glotkin, the gap filling is a little easier to hide. But it is still annoying, yeah. Easy peasy. The fade of dark yellow to bright you have in the front chassis. How did you do that? So I did that with an airbrush. So if you like this fade here, let me get all the colors to show you. So the first one I don't have out on my desk, but it's Mournfang Brown at the top. And I just airbrush the entire piece. And then I come back with, this is Gold Brown, which I use in place of Averlin Sunset. Just because Averlin tends to cake up on me and get really clumpy. And then I come back with the airbrush still a little bit of the Uriel Yellow. That's what you see at the very base here. And then I come back and actually edge highlight with this too. So we don't go as bright as some of the 40k schemes. I tend to keep it kind of more heresy colors. But that's how that works. So Mornfang, Gold Brown, and Uriel Yellow. How are you today? Welcome in. Musical War Machine, the steampunk cousin of Warhammer. I had I guess it was actually Hordes, but I had the Circle army that I tried. And yeah, we just weren't impressed. It was fine. Try out of monotone colors? Yeah. Kind of. I mean, the brown is a bit different, but yeah. A lot of kind of the workups, at least to start, are kind of triad based. It gives you a lot of depth pretty easily. That's kind of what I tend to stick with, at least initially, for like army colors. KT, welcome in. How are ya? Oh, welcome back here, Bri. My brother, every time he hears a 4 up for it, oh no. Is that what you try to do too? Sounds like works for you maybe, but not for Brown. To be fair, nothing seems to work for brother, so. Your brother must have the worst luck in Warhammer. Yep, the Druid army. Yep, so I had a bunch of that. I've now sold most of it, but which is a shame because it's a cool army. I like some of the models a lot, but just never gonna play it, so now it's gone. Grumpy, welcome in. I think I'll take you up on the accountability, buddy. Let's go. If that's still on the table, absolutely. Did we get some progress yesterday? Mine, I got my protein goal. I was slightly over my carbs, but I got veggies with it, so I'm okay with that. And then I did my 10 minutes of Duolingo, so there's my update. Anyone else doing New Year's resolutions? Anyone want to log your day one with us? But there's mine. And I got my water in, which was the tough one, because I realized, like, mid-afternoon that I'm like, oh crap, I need to do my water too. So then I was stuck drinking water all afternoon. It's been so long since I've seen you stream. Feels like last year, KT. I see you. What language are you learning? I am learning Japanese. Yeah. Right now, my lesson is telling time. I have a very weird collection of vocabulary so far. And then my next section is some of the hiragana, so actually writing it, which is tough. Learning all those characters. The owl is still dead, but I'm in a lot of pain. I like that Slam is now getting the passive-aggressive duo too. Rufus, welcome in! Happy New Year! How are you? Good to see ya. What's your is the same? I tossed almost all my War Machine stuff when I left Philly. Carbine says, I'm going to replace 2023 with 2024 for my New Year resolutions, including paint all of my 2022 minis. Let's get it, Carbine. That's good. I know not everyone's into resolutions, but it's kind of nice having that extra little push to get started on something, you know? Even if you don't carry it through the year, it's nice to have a little extra motivation, I think. Even if you're not one for resolutions. Let's see, Wasted Mind says, 8 War Dogs shot and 2 more gotten melee attacks on my avatar with 10 wounds left, round 2. He did 4 wounds to it, 3 coming from one of his War Dogs exploding. Oh no. Oh no, Wasted Mind. That stuff is great. For sure says, day 1. I haven't bought any new minis. It's been hard, but I gotta stay strong. You got this. You got this, for sure. I believe. I did Japanese a year ago on school. If you hold on, I might have a Japanese language buddy. I will try my best. I'm enjoying it. It's been really fun to learn. Trying to think like anything specific that's standing out to me at the moment. don't think so. I think right now it's just... I have like a weird collection of vocab and I'm ready to like fill out some of it, I guess. It's like I know some numbers, but not all numbers, and I know like some things, but not all things. It's a weird mix at the moment, and I guess that's just how Duolingo's gonna work, but you should learn Orc. I'm gonna leave that to you, Hoot. That can be your resolution. However, says my New Year's resolution was just to do the best I can this year. Doing pretty good with it so far. I like it. Let's go. Miss Range says, I kept my two biggest models, the Dwarf Tank and then the Pirate Titan. Some of those big ones are really cool. JPIG says, I would like to thank James Workshop for supporting me and not buying more minis by releasing the old world. That might be our savior here for a bit as we all get started. Off to Stradland sounds good, Norman. Yes, Stradia. Enjoy. We'll see you later. Thank you for the lurk. Grumpy says, nice. I need to do better in my water. I only had 2 bottles. Didn't get as much of a workout in as I wanted because my kids destroyed the garage. I needed to clean it. Did my yogurt and banana for breakfast. Protein shake for lunch. Ooh, dinner was a taco salad. I have stuff on the grocery list to make that too. That sounds like a good day, though. I think garage cleaning is still workout, though. You're still having to move stuff around and spend energy on that. Some of my best workout days have been, like, yard days. Lugging around, like, bags of leaves and stuff. So, I think that counts. Absolutely. I can give you a good tip. If you learn hiragana and katakana, try write it down if you have to do sentences. I had to relearn them 3 times since I don't really use them. I'll keep them fresh in your mind. Thank you, KT. I will keep that in mind. So, in addition to Duolingo, Kinfurioso in chat also sent me like a textbook for Japanese. I'm gonna try and do both because I need more physical writing too. On the phone is really cool, but like actually writing it, I think is better for my memory of it. The green outlet turned red because I was on fire. I have the little widget on my phone and he gets more and more angry throughout the day if I don't do my practice. It's really great. Leafy, hello! It's good to see you. Happy New Year. How are you today? Hello, hello. We're chatting New Year's stuff as you come in. Do you have any New Year's goals, things we're working on? Katanga says, my big New Year thing is to reorganize one of my front rooms to be a usable game room, because I may have picked up a massively large project piece on an estate. So nice. What project piece have we got? I'm curious now. If you don't mind me asking, you can tell me to go away. I'm really glad that we have a game room, so I hope that you can get yours all set up the way that you want. It's just nice to have a spot for all your stuff. Alright, I'm really glad that we have ours. You get the grammar down. A small click you have to make. You'll improve a lot. Okay, cool. I will definitely keep all that in mind. Thank you, KT. And then, yeah, hopefully I can learn enough that we can practice together. Oh, you started learning Japanese yourself, says Leafy. I came across an app called, is it Busu? And it's awesome and free. I'm writing that down. Hold on. Since I have a note card here. Okay, cool. I've just been doing Duolingo, and I feel like it's a good start, but I definitely need other stuff in addition to it. What do you think of it so far, Leafy? Enjoying it? It says, Warhammer Fantasy was my go-to mini-game back in 7th and 8th, but kept bringing back all the old stuff that doesn't compare to the new Age of Sigmar models has killed my interest. Here's Lion, welcome in! How are ya? Happy New Year! What did we do for New Year or New Year's Eve? Welcome, welcome in. What was the one I have? I'm gonna write that down too, Termican, since I'm here. Is it the Genki? Is the one that I have? You second that textbook? Okay, it is on the note card. I'll do what I can here. Rufus says, my energy this year is expect the year to be better. I've been doing my best every year. The years have been coming in with a shit effort. Let's see, I found a Realm of Battle Sector Imperialis tile set. That's gonna be cool. Perfect for a new game room. Yeah. I would also be excited for that. That's cool. My local library grants access to a better language learning program for free. Oh, with your library card. Back to the note card. Language library card. Thank you, Rufus Kid. I'm gonna be so loaded up on references now. I'm gonna be a pro in no time. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. I would Duolingo. It's very basic. Doesn't teach you the day-to-day stuff you'd actually need in conversations. Yeah, it feels like it's a little scattered, is my feeling. Which, like, it's cool because I'll eventually need to learn some of that, but it does feel a little scattered. I was also looking on Steam, there's a few video games that kind of teach Japanese as you go. So it's like, it shows you, I think it comes up in like the hiragana and then it like translates it. So you kind of learn words as you go too. So that's kind of fun. Something a little different. Plus I love video games, so I'm just kind of, I'm in sponge mode. I'm trying to absorb everything. Is how I tend to do the best. So thank you everyone for the suggestions. I appreciate it. The Fierce Lion says, guess what? I finished the dragon for my grandma. It only took me like 3 years and 3 printed dragons. I was so stoked to finish and pack it, I forgot to take a picture, which was about to be my next question. Oh, that's awesome though. I'm glad you were able to get it finished up. That sounds like, yeah, quite an adventure if you're having to go through a few different dragons over time. Hopefully at some point you can get a photo, because I would love to see it whenever you do. That's so cool. Fierce Lion, congrats. Let's see. Good one is, there's a daily conversation with clips and dialects. It's free, but don't know if the clips are with the free version. Alright, got that one too. Hey Phoenix Greyhound, Happy New Year, how are ya? Love the paint job. Is it painted with an airbrush? It is. So the big gradients are done with airbrush, and we're coming back now by hand for edge highlighting and details and all that good stuff. How are you? Is there anything you're working on? Yeah, this whole army got airbrushed up. Actually, it's while I was supposed to be on vacation, but I wanted a good start here as we came back, so went ahead and hit everything at once. No, Leafy, no, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. I'm excited. Music, because it goes through day-to-day reading and writing. Helps you learn the hiragana and katakana pretty easy. That's what I need, I think. Gives you the option to choose between Japanese in general and Japanese for travel. Okay, that's really cool. No. Thank you. If anyone else wants to hop in, feel free. That is, between my working out, I think Japanese is like my other big goal for this year. Like that's something I've wanted to learn and I'm finally making the time to do it. I'm excited to learn along with you guys. This time next year, we'll just, we'll just go full Japanese for a stream. Go full Japanese. So thank you everyone for the resources. I will look into them. Because yeah, I just feel like Duolingo wasn't going to get me there. So it's nice having different things to look at and kind of piece together. I'll keep my streak alive with the little green owl, but then add some extra stuff. Because my actual goal is like 10 minutes a day with it, 10 to 15 minutes. So if I do a few there and then a few with another book, that would be perfect, honestly. Work my way through. So you could also look at hiragana mangas. They have the kanji written hiragana above the kanji. All right. On the list. Thank you, Thermican. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You can voice record yourself and upload it to the app. Real people reply and tell you how to improve. That's really cool. A lot of people post on there for tips on the English language, so you all kind of worked. I love that. Love that. I'll give you answer premium, but you don't need it all. Okay, cool. I love that. Then you're kind of helping each other. That's a really cool way to do it. Fortune Mar says, my hobby daughter has been learning Japanese for the past year. She's going to Japan to work there. Her voice totally changes when she's speaking in Japanese. It's crazy. That's really cool, though. It's really interesting. I would like to visit at some point. Clam here in chat just got back, and I want to go so bad. I know they just had... I was watching the earthquake updates, and it's awful. I'd like to go visit. Hopefully they can get everything there. They were with the tsunamis that are after the earthquakes. I can only imagine. More yellow. We're going through so much yellow today. Let's see, Phoenix Greyhound says, I have a wave serpent on my desk, and this year I want to finish some models. Let's go. I need to join you, Phoenix Greyhound. I have a fire prism that I need to build. But you probably know, it's the old instructions, so I've just put it off for forever. I feel like that model alone has to go onto my resolution list. So that I actually build it and get it started. It's just been sitting in the box for forever because of the building. I just don't want to do it. Hey, Honor First, what you up to today? Welcome on in. We're working on our Ballistus Dreadnought for the Imperial Fists. And chat is giving me all of the recommendations for learning Japanese, so thank you. That's where we're at today. This one will be, ooh, a lot of freehand. That'll be cool. It does have some good room for freehand. What have you got in mind for the freehand? Just got home from parent sitting. I hope you get to relax now. Welcome back home. What does everyone have planned for the rest of today here? I know a lot of people getting back to work for the day. Here after holiday time off. What's everyone got planned? Creepy, welcome in. How are you? Happy New Year. What did we do for New Year's Eve? Welcome, welcome. My plan is workout and then prep for, I'll say it again, no stream tomorrow. I'm going to take tomorrow as a YouTube recording day because there's about 3 things I want to record. I'm going to take the time to do that, do some admin, that type of stuff. So no stream tomorrow, and I will make sure to throw that in the Discord again as a reminder. I'll be recording the December challenge. I've had a lot of questions on my Seraphon basing, so I'm going to do a video for that. And then start our next project. That'll be tomorrow. Stayed in for New Year's Eve? We do too. Yeah. Don't think it's really worth going out for. We played video games until midnight. That was about it. Hope Sadie's on her best behavior. I hope so too. I was joking. Today Sadie is getting like a full groom. So she's got like a spa day. She's at the groomer right now. Kinda wish today was recording day while she is out. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I was pretty annoyed last recording when she decided to bark in the, like, literal last 5 seconds of the video. Oh, that silly dog. She's air drying right now. Then they'll get it finished. Just got an update. Okay, cool. She's getting extra floofy. You're in bed by 10:30? That's fair. Start the new year off right. Extra sleep. Cut it out, Earbray. Have a good one. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye as for now. Jessie stares at the kitchen. Should probably do the dishes, run the dishwasher, clean up the house. We've been trying to do... We had caught up, and then I'm cooking more with my diet. So now it's messy again. Now I have to do dishes again. I'm trying to be better about it. It's tough, though. Probably take down Christmas stuff. Yeah, I've got to take down the tree here in the next day or so. Anyone else having to do the Christmas cleanup here this week? Hopefully you find something useful. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look through it yesterday, but I've got it for when I want to sit down and go through all that. Thank you again for sending that over. And we'll check it out. A little yellow there, I'll need to touch up. Don't know when that happened. We'll just keep cruising on his little toes for now. Somehow the kitchen countertop is always dirty, cook, dirty, take out, dirty, walk past kitchen, somehow dirty again. It is never ending, that's for sure. Never ending. Yeah, I got everything cleaned up and then decided I wanted to do some salmon with veggies. Got all that back out. I guess if anyone else is trying to cut carbs, I did a mix of rice and cauliflower rice, and that worked pretty well. I really didn't taste the cauliflower. Come back here. Like, cauliflower doesn't have a taste, but it's definitely like a texture. And I didn't even notice it, so if anyone else is thinking about trying it, can recommend. Mr. Dreadnought decided to take a walk over to my wet belly. Oh. But I'm glad that worked. That'll save me some carbs here going forward. Since I'm trying to do another carb cut. I've done keto before, but it's been a while. And I had good results, but it wasn't going to be sustainable for me. We can go low carb, not quite keto. Try and get over this plateau I've been at for a while. And then keep getting strong. Keep working out. Get my gosh darn water in. That's the plan here. Other than that, I've been playing some video games. I need to get back to Cyberpunk. It hasn't quite hooked me in just yet. But I've been playing that and Dragon Quest XI. Because I had never played a Dragon Quest game. Anyone else playing anything good right now? I think the Steam sale ends in a couple days. If you guys are wanting to pick anything up, you do that. What are we playing, chat? Scott, I mentioned the cyberpunk thing to Scott, and he said it mentioned or kind of opens up after a certain point. So I'm kind of wanting to just sit down and push through to that point to see if I'm gonna enjoy cyberpunk a little bit more than I am right now. I need to take the time and do that. Maybe tonight I'll sit down and play a bit more. Since we don't have anything planned. I really want to get just like lost in it, but I'm not quite there yet. For anyone who has played Cyberpunk, I did the first like brain dance or BD section, and it gave me like a big headache, and it kind of turned me off from playing more of the game. You're supposed to play that last night. I got distracted. We had late dinner, and then I just got distracted. Watch next file. Watch some guy zoom in. But yeah, you get to that point and see if it keeps my interest a bit more. I hope it does. I really want to like the game. I really want to get lost in it, but we'll see. For anyone coming in, we're working on a Ballistus Dreadnought. This is for an Imperial Fist army. So this is actually the third round, or third wave of this army that we're doing. So I'm matching some of the vehicles and stuff we've done before. We're just doing some edge highlighting at the moment. I think I'm going to go back to some detail work and get washes on our metallics here in just a second. Once you get through the entire intro sequence, it really starts to open up. Some stuff will be main story, side quest gated though, okay. I sure hope so. I hope I enjoy it a little bit more here soon. I guess I kind of felt like I've gone long enough for it to start to open up, and it just hasn't. But I guess with all of the tutorials they're kind of doing. I don't know how much of that, like, those type of sections I have left, but... Okay, speaking of the water. Small water break. Should we hydrate, chat? Yeah, I need a break from the edge highlighting. Unfortunately, this guy has a lot of edge highlighting. But we can also do the black shoulders, too, if we need a break from the yellow. We're working our way around, though. Thank you. Thank you. Take a small break to do some washes, and then we'll go back to the details. Yep. We've remembered there's sound. Good. Oh, Spill Paint Pod, thank you so much for that sub for 12 months, a whole year. Let me get you an ornament. How are you today? Welcome in. All right. Thank you. I'll put you up on our subscriber tree here after stream. Thank you. Happy New Year. Did you do anything fun for New Year's Eve? Oops. We are working on this big boy, Ballistus Dreadnought. We've been doing a lot of edge highlighting, so we're going to take a small break here to do some washes, and then we'll hop back in. I need to check I never remember these cables and things. Get a reference up for all that. Glad you're doing well, Spin Paint Pot. Welcome in. I was asleep before midnight after wrangling the 2 horse puppies from the terrible sky booms. They were not amused. Sadie was also not amused. Sorry the horse puppies weren't feeling it either. I think for, I don't know when next fireworks would be. I think we need to probably get something for poor Sadie. Or throw her in the guest bath with some music and chill in there for the night. She was not pleased. Alright, he's got another parchment back there, which I guess we should get before I forget it. These models that just have them everywhere, man. Everywhere. We'll get this, and then we'll do our mill oil, and then we'll be back to some detail work while all this dries. Did we actually get the wax on that? No, we didn't. Okay, we'll do that too. I did see Spill Paint Pot. You were doing the older Archon for the January challenge, and that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see that. Speaking of, if anyone else wants to come join us, if you've got hobby goals, we are doing a January paint challenge all together. So if you'd like to join, we are doing heroes and characters. And basically what we do is we all throw in a before photo of where we're starting. So builds are primed, very minimal paint, if any. Throw in the before photo, and then we all paint for January. And then throw in your finished when you're done, and then we do a little YouTube showcase for them at the end. So if you'd like to come join us, tackle the backlog, you need that little extra motivation to get going. That's in our Discord, which I will throw in here. Streamer things, I'll also throw in the YouTube, since I mentioned that, where we do the showcases. Our latest one was the mini exchange. That's up if you guys want to check that out. And then no stream tomorrow, as I'm going to take a recording day. So no stream here or YouTube tomorrow. I think that's all the updates I've got for you guys. I've been looking for a reason to open them up, and this seemed appropriate. I really dislike the current Archon sculpt. Having the challenges as a way to, like, pick up something you've been meaning to work on is, like, my favorite. Good motivation for the Flesh Eater Corner Army, let's go. But yeah, if you want to join us, it's in the Discord. Before it has value, or, I'm sorry, verse after it's devalued it. No. No, I saw your Wraith Knight. You can't fool me, wasted mine. You can't fool me. Have you figured out your color scheme, wasted mine? Are we still thinking on that? No. Really need to make progress with this last week of vacation. I think just coming up with the scheme itself is such a big step. Like, once it's set, then you could just get to apply it to, like, everything in the unit. But that initial trying to figure out what it's going to be is, I feel like, sometimes the hardest step. Especially when you're trying to go a little bit more custom with what you've got. As opposed to just orange. One of the local Age of Sigmar players is going to start declaring it's morbing time when he charges his morbingness. You're just jealous you didn't think of it. You too could have morbid time, Scott. Look at all these little purity seals. Everywhere. Purest of dreadnoughts. But look how much room there is to put more. Live Madness. You could have so many more if you wanted. Please no. Time to lurk. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for the lurk. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for coming to hang out with us today. Thank you for support. We're just going to keep cruising on this dude for a little bit here. I guess, does anyone have any hobby questions? This would be a good time. I think a lot of people doing the work and lurk today, getting it back from holidays. If you have anything working on, have questions, let us know. Hey, NASCAR, welcome in. I like the meme that the purity seals are just CVS receipts, right? You could just make them like this long. Aw, thank you so much. How are you? Happy New Year. Just cover this guy in CVS receipts, yep. In the grim dark, there's only CVS receipts. Surviving. Glad to hear that. Glad we get you today. We've been working on some Imperial Fist. We got this guy today. We started an apothecary yesterday. He's coming along. He looks so small compared to the And then kind of the first unit I've got up is the new Terminator squad, just because they look badass and I want to start them. So that's kind of where I'm at for this week. And then I've got some Chaos Knights that are a bit more custom that I'm going to spend some time off stream on. Make sure I get all the extra goodies. Ah, thank you! Appreciate that. The Apothecary models are so good. This one and the just regular Primaris Apothecary. Such good models. I'm always happy to paint those. Just because they're cool. So thank you, Live Madness, for the opportunity to paint them. Sounds like we'll have one for the Salamanders a bit later. Let me get over my securities and keep it painting. I would say find that project that's just gonna be fun and go nuts. Play with colors. Play with, I don't know, airbrush or oils or something you've been meaning to play with. Just go nuts. What's your favorite faction? 40k and Age of Sigmar. 40k is probably still my Space Wolves. Though I do like the Nids quite a bit as well. So Space Wolves are my first army. They have kind of a special place in my heart. They got me into Warhammer. Probably Space Wolves with Nids behind them. Sigmar would be Skaven. I love Skaven. Seraphon, I think, are starting to sneak up on him, though. Seraphon have just been too much fun. But yeah, it'd be Skaven. What about you, KT? I know you've got Skaven as well. Is that your favorite? You have a hobby question. What's up, JPIG? What have you got? Thousand Sons and World Eaters? Project Order, Embrace Chaos. I was gonna, for Sigmar, unfortunately the archers really killed the army for me, but like, I really like Slaanesh as well. I haven't been as excited for that army here with having to paint those silly Blissbar archers. That kid is just brutal. Kinda killed my enthusiasm, I guess. Why do I keep deciding to do non-metallic? I don't know what to tell you, JPEG. Because it's fun to practice, I think. My answer, at least. Because it's a good technique to practice. Even if it takes maybe a little bit longer. Up, thanks for the lurk. Nasclef. It's in Skaven. Used to be Seraphon. I like the models, but Skaven has so much character in them. Yeah. Skaven are just fun. Just straight up fun. But I kind of feel the same about the Seraphon. They're just... You can't be sad while painting dinosaurs and lizards. It's impossible. It's impossible. That does sound like a lot like a you problem. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know that I can help with that, JPEG. Except that it's a good thing to learn and to practice. I don't think it's a bad thing that you keep wanting to do non-metallic. I think it's a good thing, honestly. I took my Age of Sigmar Slanesh to their first ever event before Christmas. But yeah, the archers are awful. Yeah, like I was cruising on my army and then I got to the archers and I just basically ran headfirst into a wall with them. And I just didn't want to touch them anymore. So I've still got everything, but I just really took all of the wind out of my sails, unfortunately. But I did pick up the new character that I just completely blanked out on. I can't remember what he's called. Something of Hubris? I got him. I've got the rest of my stuff. So at some point, probably after we finish up the Seraphon, we'll get back to the finish. I just won't be here for a little bit. And that's okay. You can always not play archers, true. I want to finish the kit. Like, I have them. I still need to finish them, but... But if that becomes the last thing we finish, then maybe that's what we have to do, you know? Alright, another small break. Do you know you can buy yourself metallic paints and save so much time? You can, yeah. Those metallic paints are so metallic, it's true. That's a good shout. They are indeed metallic. Okay, more water. And then we go again. We keep going. We're gonna hit that water goal today. We're gonna do it. Alright, our parchments dried. Looks like they have, so we can do that. We can also start the edge highlighting on the black, and we can work on the Aquila in the front. Which actually, let's do that. Let's do a quick... I'm gonna use Rhinox for this one instead of the wash. See if I like that better. At least I went for a mix of metallic and non-metallic on Stormcast. Saves a bit of time. Plus your Stormcast looks sick. So glad the dragon got done too. Cool. Matte coat them afterwards. Metallic or less metallic. True. A bit of Rhinox. Then it won't dry so shiny and it won't make me crazy, I think. I'm not sure what this middle section is. I'm leaving that open for right now. If it's also the red, I'll come back. But I have a feeling it's a different color. Like, it's like a actual bird with a skull head. Just kind of strange, but we'll come back to that and figure it out. Go pick up Doggo, sounds good. I'm ready to mute when you get back. Hey Griff, welcome in. Any tips for painting white armor? Sure. First I will ask, are we going contrast route? Or are you going just like regular paint route? So here's what I am working on right now for white. The colors I used, if you like this, is... Okay. So these colors specifically make white very easy. If you're doing contrast, there is, what's the color called? Chat, you can help me. There is one that makes white much easier. If we like this, though, so if anyone likes how we've done the Apothecary, this is a base coat of London Grey. So that is the darker gray you see there in the recesses and the shadows. Celestra Grey, which has some pretty nice coverage. Unfortunately, with GW whites, they can tend to get a little clumpy. But the Celestial Gray for me has held up pretty well. And then Ulthuan Gray. And then I do just a tiny bit of pure white through the airbrush, and then as my edge highlight. So if you like that workup, that's what that is. Is it Apothecary? It's just Apothecary White. Okay, thank you, Hank and Thorax. So if you're looking at contrast, I would point you toward the Apothecary White. Because that gives you a little bit of that shade with like this off-white, this gray, when it is dry. So thank you, chat, for that. But I would look into the Apothecary White for contrast, but there is my workup for the Apothecary. If you have any other questions, let us know. Also, Hank and Thorax, how we doing today? Let me catch up here. Phoenix says, I started the hobby with 3 random models from Tau. My go-to is Death Guard and Nikon. Hey, Rats, welcome in. How are ya? I sorted out my walled terrain issue. Let's go, Rats. I did indeed add paint. Did you do the kind of the triad, the zenithal? What did you end up going with? What technique did we go with? Is it cool? Thank you. Bring up my own Space Marine chapter. Yes. So you've got white armor. What else is going into that, Griff? Are we still deciding? Celestial White is the best white base for sure. Thin down, it actually covers. Yeah. I really like using the Celestra. I hate that the Games Workshop whites tend to clump up on people, but it's the best that I have found. I'm using it. Here, you can see, right now I'm using Celestra. You can see how smoothly that covers. So as long as you can keep it from clumping up on you, it's a very nice paint. And it gives a nice shade for kind of that white shade to the white. It's nice to build up with. I'm trying to make myself work on anything in my pile of gray prime. Is there anything calling to you, I guess, Thorax? Anything we're excited to work on? I feel like that's always the best place to start. Rather than like, oh, I have to knock out these units. Anything we're excited for? Maybe black or gray shoulder pads. Oh, and red cloaks. That red cloak with that white armor is gonna be awesome. Always looks really nice together. Let's see, did some zenithal using rattle cans, using espresso brown, dark blue, some silver dry brushing. That'll be cool, Rats. I'm excited to see that. Sounds like you got a good plan in place for it. Alright, there's the top. Let's get underside. Alright, there's all of that. Just some Garvale Loki. If you're familiar with Horus Heresy, yep. So going Luna Wolves then. Very cool. Alright, let's go ahead and do the edge. Let's just do it, chat. Get it done. I think what the last terrain I've actually worked on. I need to work on some terrain. I have the big terrain piece for the Seraphon that I do need to work on. But that kind of similar to me, a lot of airbrush and then dry brushing. I think I want to do like the kind of sandstone rather than the gray. I think that'll look pretty cool with everything. But that's on my list here for getting Seraphon together. Big orb up top, so do some energy effects. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. Alright, and the tough one. Oh, come on, brush. I need to order some new brushes here with the new year. I want to get some more of the Monument Hobby brushes, so I can speak to those a little better here on stream. I usually tend to go for the Raphael, and I still love them, but I want to pick up a few other ones to be able to talk about here on stream. More recommendations to make. I think I need to get that order in here. Has anyone picked up anything that they've been wanting to play with? Either new paints, new tools? Get any Christmas goodies? I think other than just picking up some more brushes and stuff, there's nothing I'm super excited to... I know Monument also has some new fluorescents. Yeah, Cracks, welcome in. Big fan of the rough brushes. They're really nice. I switched over a little while back and very happy with them. How are you? Is there anything you're working on? Ooh, waiting on the Chimera brushes come in from Italy. I'm excited to see what you think about those, Hank. You'll have to let me know once you get to test them out a bit. I think I'll need to brush the glue points a bit. There's factory residue. Oh, like Forge Red models. Yeah, if you can give it, depending on how far along you are, give it a little bit of a soapy water bath too, like you would for Forge World. Been the Winsor Newton Series 7 brushes for a few years now. I had one I really liked, and then we got, with their kind of quality control issues, we got a couple bad brushes, and I have a hard time recommending them now. Which stinks, because the one I had was very nice. But then Scott got a few that were not so nice, and we tend to avoid them now, unfortunately. Ooh, Butts got Vallejo Ice Yellow in my stocking. You can highlight the world now, Butts. You can highlight everything now. If I goof it up, please let me know. Bought both Tyranid and Votan battle boxes. Bought 12 of the GW containers for 40k. I have a lot of back orders. Still getting more Dark Angels this month. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be busy. You're gonna be busy. Welcome on in. Let's see, waiting for basement renovation. Okay, to be complete. So I can start my Old World Dwarves and Votan. Lots and lots of dwarves there on your side. That'll be fun, though. Hopefully basement stuff goes well. Is that we still have a lot to do, or here soon? My Winsor Newton have been lasting shorter and shorter. Definitely want to see if Chimera can hold it better. So I'm destroyed by Errant Ribbits. Bad QA, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could pick up another Winsor Newton. With everything being so expensive, I just can't roll the dice on a brush like that now. So I'll stick to what works. The Monument I've had before, and I had one that lasted quite a while, but it's been a while, so pick up another one. Literally every tutorial highlights, yep. It's a great color. Get to keep the vibrancy of your paint. Still get the highlight. Without desaturating it the way that white will. Ice yellow is pretty great. I use it when I switch to my display painting. They just finished tile work. Okay, so about 4 weeks out. I see. Well, gives you time to prepare for when it's ready. Get everything lined up, get what you need. I says, I want to try something different. Brush bites next time. Been going through Series 7s far too quickly. Yeah. It's a shame. I had one that I love to keep because, like, the bristles are really snappy. So I would keep them for, like, doing eyes and, like, small details like that. And it'd be really nice to have one again that was reliable, but yeah, I can't spend that every time. Kind of on principle, I shouldn't have to, you know? I don't feel great spending my money on that if that's how it's been. Alright. Put these little sections of black in here, and then we'll keep highlighting. I had a Series 7 that was bad. I have some reshaping with the brush soap. It's nice. So you were able to kind of fix yours. Yeah, the one Scott got just like immediately started like flaying on him and then would lose bristles. Even though he's pretty careful with his brushes. So we kind of gave up. How goes the dread? We're getting there, Honors. Welcome back in. You're getting there. I think the nice part with this commission is because we've already done so many of this army, like, we know exactly what we need to do. So, like, we know our color workups, we know, the recipes for it. It's just a matter of knocking it out today. So, it's going pretty well. Trying to find a replacement for ice yellow at the local art shop. Since nobody local had it, all the bright yellows are just toxic metals. A mouth tip brush guy, yeah. I think it's worth just ordering it and having it. That's been really lucky with them. If you've got some older ones too, that might be part of it, is your older ones are holding up better than some of these newer ones we've ordered. But that's the tricky part, is some people, they're fine. Others have gotten really cruddy ones, and that's the gamble you have to take at this point. Which stinks. Yum yum toxic metals, yeah. I was gonna say wasted mines coming in. Not ideal, yeah, exactly. This back to work schedule blows, chat. I wanna go back to bed. Alright, here we go. We're at challenging. Let's get it. We reset, we go again. You're bad. I saw that. I don't even know how that happens. At least I didn't have that today. Yeah. I didn't have that. Oh, Nicholas, thank you so much for that sub for 47 months. Happy New Year to you. How are you? How are holidays? Let me get you a Christmas ornament. What have we not done today? Let's do... La la la. Should I spell this right? There we go. Thank you, thank you. Are you back to work today? Yeah, I think a lot of us are feeling it. I'm glad you had good holidays, though. Welcome on in. Thank you again for the support. I appreciate it. Good to see you today. Sorry it's back to work. Hey, Snow Ice, welcome in. Is licking the brush what makes it pointy? It brings it back to a point really quickly. So if you don't like that, it does, I know it weirds some people out. The other thing you can do is use the bit of your hand here to do that. So other people you'll see will do that. But yeah, it's just a really quick way to bring it back to a point. How are you? Welcome on in. I just got into the habit, and that's what I do. Mr. Nine says, I woke up because of the falling feeling, followed shortly by the feeling of impact. It did not feel good at all. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever done that, so it's interesting. Must have been a pretty intense dream or something. I had to say hi. I gotta get back to working and lurking. Thanks so much for the lurking work. I hope work goes well. I should get back. I'm sure a lot of us having to, I know I have to later, dig ourselves out from emails and things. So I hope it goes well. It's always frustrating when you have like a lot of emails after a holiday, because it means other people weren't taking their holiday. What are you doing? Get out of my inbox. Yeah, are you in the film Inception? I used to do it all the time as a kid when I had the top bunk. Woke up more than once hanging upside down from the ladder. Holy shit. Yeah, we need to put you in the bottom bunk immediately. That's really interesting. I've never had that. I used to sleepwalk, though. I'd come tell my parents just, like, really weird things. That's what I had as a kid. I would sleepwalk. And I don't remember. I think I remember one instance of it. I was a little bit more aware of it. Other times, nope. No idea. Let's see, Jesse's looking at light fixtures. Why do so many not have how deep? Oh, they are off the wall. Yeah, that seems pretty critical to know. Kind of weird. I'm a sleep talker, full-on wild conversations. Oh no. That's always fun. If you have someone to, like, you know, tell that back to you, what you've been saying. Oops. My college roommates didn't think so. It reminds me, there's one time I was at, this was my ex, I was over at his house, and he was taking a nap. And then all of a sudden, he gets up from the bed, and he's just like, I got up from the bed and went out to the living room and, like, was on the couch. And I'm like, what is going on? He's just like, the spiders are gonna get me. And I'm like, okay. Was the weirdest, like, sleepwalking thing I had seen. Any other time, he'd never done anything like that. But the spiders were coming that day, apparently. No thanks. Hi, Slam, how are you? You and my ex just like, nope, no spiders. How goes prep? What you up to today? We're just working on a big chonky boy. Talking about sleepwalking. Oh no, I'm leaving now. Bye. Not taking his chances. Probably a good move, Slam. But also get back here. Get back here. My sister sleepwalked into her friend's parents' room and turned on the light. Oh no. It's gone. Lurking while sadly twerking. I'm sorry. I hope you are ready for your twerk exam. Ready to just absolutely throw it back. Slam can never invade my house, but also I'm trapped in here with the spiders. I'm gonna tell the cockroach. The other day, we were watching X-Files, and there's a really gross episode. And they give a slight content warning here for cockroaches, because they're my fear. It was disgusting. It's the grossest episode. Cockroaches, like, coming out of people. So I'm like, oh, that was really gross. The next day, guess what's in our guest bag? One of the biggest cockroaches I've ever seen. Just chilling on the wall. So then it turned into like a 3-hour battle between Scott and the cockroach. And we finally got it. After it decided to move from the bathroom into this room. All of a sudden I hear it skittering behind me. It was awful. It's all Slam's fault. I don't know how he sent it here. But he did it. I know it. And it was awful. So there's my somewhat spider-related story. This god-awful cockroach. It's nice having you, house. Yep, bye. Scorch Panda, welcome in. How are ya? Oh, that's a long morning call. How are ya? Thanks for lurking along. You didn't like my Rochi care package? I shipped him special. Please no. Don't make me... I'll get the spiders on you. Get 'em, boys. Awaken, spider bros. You could... I heard it. That's how big it was, Autofire. I heard it. I don't even know how it got in here. So if you guys, like, behind me, there's that hallway, right? Right to the right of that is the guest bath. So somehow, it either skittered, flew, I don't know. But it came in here by the airbrush. And that's where I found it and heard it. I don't know how it happened, but it was disgusting. But yeah, that's how big it was, Autofire. Gross. And it says, I'm alright. How are things here? Pretty looking tall Dreadnought. He is a big chunky boy. This is the new Ballistus Dread. And here, we did the Apothecary earlier for scale. Look how big he is. He's a big boy. So there's the Apothecary. Here are the Terminators. He's a big chunky boy, but he's a fun kid so far. I'm really enjoying. I like all the new Dreadnoughts. They've been fun to paint. Like the Redemptors and stuff. They've been great. But trying to get him pretty far along today. He won't be finished, but he'll be in a good spot for later. Is the Biologist on its own yet? Not yet, I think is what we found out yesterday. Not just yet. It's also a great kit. That and the regular Primaris Apothecary I really like painting. Too late. Much too late. You've never had to deal with roaches, and I'm glad for it. We very rarely get them. Now that it's a little colder, I think what we have found is they are attracted to, like, our hot water heater, which shares a wall. The garage and the guest bath share a wall, so they're somehow finding a way in because the water heater is right there. So I'm sure we need to do something there, but to prevent more friends from coming in. But they're awful. That's like my one like real phobia, which is the weirdest like experience. Normally I can handle things, but the second I see one of those, my brain just goes blank and I panic. The weirdest experience. Boo! I am excited for the new Ethereal model. It looked great. Who else is excited for the new Ethereal? For the story anniversary. I'm not huge on Tau, but it did look nice. I'm glad other factions are getting story anniversary stuff. I think is my big takeaway. Rebray, hello, how are you today? Coming in with that hype. Yeah, Autofire, I have no problem with spiders. They're fine. We usually, unless we know or think they might be a dangerous one, we usually leave them. Roaches, though. I think it's just because they're, like, usually associated with being gross, you know? Like, it's usually you have them because the place is disgusting. Which I know isn't completely true. It's like our house isn't disgusting. They just need a place to come inside. But like that additional association with them, I think just makes them worse. Love it when I get it to paint. Yeah, it's a cool mini. So it was the Ethereal, and then for Sigmar, there is a new Dwarf, Fire Slayer, which also look good. I feel like they have a lot of heroes on foot, so I don't know how the Fire Slayer friends feel about it, but it looks nice. I just don't know that they need another one. Excuse me. Neither if it's in the square hole is all I can think of. I've seen a few people say the same. the poor lady. That'll be the only new Fire Slayer for 2024 then. Yep, enjoy it. Enjoy it. They both look nice, though. I'm glad we get other factions, not just another Space Marine. You know? Another Stormcast. Glad we have some other factions this time. A local Warhammer store anniversary, store anniversaries in February, I think, so they get it pretty early. Nice. I will say, I think a few people are talking about this too. If you guys want to organize, if you guys are looking for one, I know in our Discord we have helped people get them and like ship them their way. So if you're looking for one, I would say post up in our Discord, which actually, let's do all that again. There's our Discord. If anyone wants to come hang out in between streams, you can show off what you're working on. We talk hobby news in there. We have our January challenge going on. So if you want to come join us, there's the Discord. We also have our YouTube, which we have been doing Wednesday streams. Tomorrow, we're going to cancel stream. I'm going to take a recording day to create some YouTube content and do some admin stuff. So no stream tomorrow. But if you want to check out VODs, our past showcases and things, that's all over on YouTube. And then if you want to see what else I've been working on, there are my socials. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can get stream updates and things there as well. There's all the social things if you want to check those out. Okay, so I think it's nice since the hero is normally only available, in the Magma Drop kit, so this one's easier to get. That makes more sense. Different looking Runesmiter is okay for me. Eventually, I'll even paint one. Let's see, Panda says, I want to participate in the month's community challenge. I haven't had the urge to paint, so I want to commit to it. Here's the thing, Panda. If you don't finish it, that's it. There's nothing happens if you don't finish it. So I don't know if that helps. But if you don't finish, no worries at all. Blonde Cow, welcome in. Games Workshop. This is the 4th Fire Slayer hero you've brought to show and tell, right? Right? It's that energy. How are you, Blonde Cow? I'm gonna take the day off. You have to change shirts. Record a bunch of videos. We record, we change. We record, we change. Probably some TikToks mixed in there too, since we're doing it already. Content creator special. That's fair. I have a lot of character hero things primed. Yeah. Well, I'm not... Obviously, don't force it, because forcing hobby when you're not feeling hobby can be the worst. But if you do feel like it, hop on in. If not, I hope you're enjoying... I think you said you're playing WoW. Hope you're enjoying video games and stuff. That's what I tend to do when I don't want a hobby. Hop over to some vidya. Or just binge an anime. That's what I tend to... But yeah, there's something calling to you. But if you don't finish, that's fine. All good. Sadie the Beast is home. Blade Spot expansion's been really good. Really enjoyed the story of it. Good. Glad to hear that. I'll ask again. I think people were lurking earlier. Anyone else playing any fun video games right now? I'm fighting the urge to not go through the Steam sale like one more time and pick up stuff because there's so much I need to play that I just haven't. But like the sales are there. All right. I think we're good there. I think we might need to pull up our reference and start working on what some of this is, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Sadie, are you? Oh, you got a bandana. You guys want to see freshly groomed Sadie? She doesn't rip off her bandana. Oh, she wandered off. I was too slow. She's very cute, though. Fresh off the runway, that's right. Rocking her bandana. Here, let's take a little Sadie break. I could use a break from edge highlighting, if I'm honest. We're on cutie cam. Here comes the cutie.
And the dog.
The Fluffy. Look at her bandana. What do you think, Sadie? She looks confused. Cutie.
Still a little damp.
Yeah, she takes forever to dry. Bandana Sadie. She's rocking it. Now she's trying to eat it. L Sadie, that's right. Look at the pile of cuties. Do you have any images of the Dreadnought before you yellowed it? I do not. Nope. It was just primer. So I didn't take any photos. Pershore says, I think I went on such a Baldur's Gate 3 binge. I'm all video gamed out now. Need a break. That makes sense. It's a lot of hours. Yep. Sadie with the Borking Bandito. That's right. Oh, all right. Let's hop back over. She's so fluffy. Yeah. Got her nails did. She got a bath. Got a little bit of a trim. She's rocking it now. Why is that cockroach on him talk? Is that the one that killed Scott? He killed Scott and took his place. Yep. Yep. Alright. Like the cockroach man in Men in Black. Yeah. Just like that. I'm in Inception. Yeah. Wasted Minds in Inception. I'm in Men in Black. Yep. Yep. We're learning a lot today. This is the roach in a Scott meat suit. Oh no. He is the X-File. Scott is both Cryptid and X-File. Slender Man has become Cockroach Man. Oh no. The deep lore of Scott. It fits. Like, really, can you argue it? I don't think so. It all makes sense. Bluntcast says, don't forget to give your 2K Borks to subs, everyone. Yes, there is a new community challenge. You guys already destroyed for another sub Sunday, so I'll get that vote together later. But if you want to pay your friend tax, we'll gift out 5 subs when we reach that. Slam's already singing the X-Files theme. Which we now love after being scared of it. As kiddos. What if the X-Files theme is a sound alert? Hey, Raidus the Goy, welcome in. Pretty Ballistus Dread. I'm working on Emperor's Children Helper right now. It's technically my partner's, but he's getting commandeered into my tournament list. Welcome in. I actually have Emperor's Children up next. Where did... I have the Heresy Lucius up next that I'm going to be working on. Welcome on in. Emperor's Children have such a cool scheme. What are you doing for yours? Do you have the pink, the purple? What route you going for yours? Fierce Lion says, I couldn't take my dog to the groomer, so she has quite long, sharp claws. She was learning how not to use them on me. Who's that weird dog? Oh, the respiratory disease, yeah. I'm a little worried for, like, boarding. Figured for grooming, we went ahead and took her up to the where we normally do. But yeah, if it's still like a problem around Adepticon, that's gonna be... Gotta figure that out. So it's a little scary how long they've been trying to figure out what that is. Do it! Which part? The opening bars or the whistle? I don't know. I'll have to see what's on there. I don't want, like, the entire thing. I feel like probably the whistle, right? Like, that could be used as a... I'll see what's there. I think part of tomorrow... I know it said it's recording day, but I think I just want to clean out some stream stuff, too. We need a little refresh. I am going to be reaching out to another emote artist. The one I had reached out to is not getting back to me, so I give up. I tried to be understanding with holidays, but I'm giving up. I'm going somewhere else. I gotta reach out to. I found another lady I want to try and reach out to, so I think that'll be part of my day tomorrow. I need new emotes. So anyone to the groomer to have less shedding. How is my sweater already covered in hair? You're getting all the stuff that was groomed. That was cut. Now it's all coming off. Let's see, Emperor's Children. Pink, Screamer pink-based Emperor's Children pink highlight. Thickly flesh, starting with leather brown, moving to khaki, using a green wash. Very cool. The whole intro with video just overlaid onto the stream. We are X-Files now. We just are X-Files. Okay, let me look up reference for all that. I've painted multiple Redemptors and I still don't remember what all that is, so let's look that up. I clearly need to paint more of them. Ballistus Dreadnought. Alright, here we go. What is this website? Okay. Titans, I got one for you. How are you? Welcome in. Here's a preview of how it will go. What you up to today? Let's see. Phoenix says, I have a hobby question. I have a Silva with army to paint, but I don't know how to paint them. What is the question? What question do we have? Okay, it looks like this is all the same color, so let's just go back in with our red real quick. Bit of Baldur's Gate before work, very nice. That would be dangerous for me. I wouldn't want to stop for work. Yeah. You are more disciplined than I. I'd be like, oh no, a hit. I'm feeling sick. A hit. Do you have any advice for me? Well, what color scheme do you want? What tools are we using? What do we got? It's a little too broad for me. What you got? We contrasting? We doing regular paint? Airbrushing? You get some Smurfs figured out for March. I haven't yet. Would you like to work? Would you like to work together on something? Because we sure can. Hey, real DMV. I'm trying to get to the lore of 40k and 40k in total. Any tips where I can start? Sure. So there's kind of a couple different ways you can go. A lot of people will recommend going straight to the Horus Heresy novels. So that would be Horus Rising. That's actually 30k, but it sets up the world, some of the main players, the characters, things like that. So a lot of people kind of go that route with novels, if you like the novels. Another way you can get into 40k is if there is an army specific that you like to get into. So let's say you've seen, for me, it was Space Wolves. You want to learn more about those, you can kind of go in there. And then there are different lore channels. I think we're actually going to remove that one here soon. But there are different lore channels on YouTube that you can dive into that do kind of history. If you're more of a video condensed format type of way. So it kind of depends how you want to go about it. If any of those sound kind of more your alley, let me know. You're your own boss. You can call in sick. Then I don't get paid. Yeah. Turns out if I don't work, I don't get paid. It's okay, I'm still trying to teach my mom that as well. It says, played a 2K game of Imperial Fist and Necrons on Tabletop Sim yesterday. Lost 61 to 45-ish, but a really close game. Nightbringer is a menace. Nikki Lorcan. No, it's more of it's advertising. Waiting for someone to say read the end and death part 3. Should I at least read them? No, just 3. I'm always down for that. If you feel ultras that need painting, some heroes, random squads, terms, Dustlighter Marines, if you'd like to, Panda, let me know. We should be able to work some in for March. Nice to meet you. See, first paint. Model is Warhammer stream. Yeah, welcome on in. We are working on, this is a Ballistus Dread, and this is for Imperial Fists. So this is part of, it came out with Leviathan, so the newest box set. It's also going to be going with this Apothecary, and we got a Terminator, and just working through a little bit of a wave of Imperial Fists. So welcome on in. If you have any questions, let us know. Yep, it is Warhammer. Warhammer 40k, so the sci-fi version. They also do have fantasy models, which is Age of Sigmar. Want to go parade ready. Use the airbrush than regular paint. Color scheme is like the moss and glowing effect. The airbrush will be your friend there, because you can do the white base coat and then your glow. So that'll be really handy to have on hand for the glowing effect. So I guess still not sure what the question is. Sounds like we're set. But the glowing, what I can tell you, is if you do the white in the area you want the glowing, then do your glow color over that so that it's nice and bright. And then come back and do a little bit more white by hand where it's glowing, like specifically glowing. That'll be the advice I've got for you there. The rest of it should be pretty easy as far as the bark. The rest of the Sylvaneth's pretty easy. A lot of dry brushing, airbrushing. It's very organic shapes and things, so that should be pretty easy to get all together. But for the glowing, that's the advice that I would give. Is to get your nice bright glow with the color, and then come back with a little white for where it's glowing the strongest. Now, this paint reason is show, or use for board games. So it's a tabletop game, and the minis actually come on sprues. So if you've seen like a model car, it's kind of like that. So they come on sprues like this. So you actually build them, and then you paint them. So it's kind of just a creative way to build your army. You get to paint and build. Kind of like Gunpla, if you've seen Gunpla. Yeah, so this one is a commission. This is for someone in chat, so they will take it to a tournament to play their game. So sometimes the events require them to be painted. And it just kind of adds to the atmosphere, to the game. But then there are other miniatures that you do just for display, so you just want to have it on your shelf and it look pretty. So it's just kind of a creative way to put an army together. But they are used for a tabletop game, yeah. I would like to. I'll reach out after stream so we can figure out. Sounds good, Panda. Let's do that. The cheerleader effect doesn't work with a little effort. Yep. You guys hear Sadie going nuts in the background. They went outside to play and I can still hear them. Every Warhammer player is different. Some never touch the game but paint Warhammer because they're high quality, yeah. So they are some of the best plastic miniatures. So if you're a mini painter looking for just like a high quality kit, a lot of the Warhammer kits are going to be some of the best kits. Especially with plastic, that are nice to work on. Some people just paint so they can play in the events. For me, I prefer the painting, but I also play, so it's a little bit of both. It just kind of depends what you want to do. But it is for a tabletop game, yeah. Don't hear it all perfect. I feel like some days the microphone picks up everything, and then other days you guys are like, nope, I don't hear anything. It's like, okay, cool. Even better. All right, a little bit more slower. Come on. The fruit basket is successfully attached to my finger. Wait, with the Tamiya. That's a... I expect that with super glue. With Tamiya, that's a surprise. As your hands, I don't think, are plastic. Though, who am I to say? I don't know. So use a translate for quick response. Korea tabletop miniatures maniac genre. There are only a few people who play that kind of hobby. Gotcha. I want to start, but painting rules and friends. Nice to see this broadcast. Thank you so much for coming to check it out. Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. Even here, it's kind of like certain areas, it's really popular, and then other areas, not so much. So like a lot of people who are in areas where not a lot of people play, it's a lot of painting. But yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to help. I hope that you can find, some friends to play with. You're right, it's super glue. Yeah, it's tough when you don't have someone to play with. That can be hard. But the actual painting is a lot of fun. You can enjoy just the painting side of things without having to play. Use AI to dynamically remove dog sound? No. Use it to steal art? Of course. I do think some of it is, I think my NVIDIA has a little bit of noise cancellation. So I think it is a little bit of that at work. Miniature paint and miniature sets are very expensive, maybe because it's exclusive to Games Workshop. Games Workshop does tend to be a little pricier. They've done a couple price increases too, which may have put it a bit more than you've seen. Also, if you're having to import a lot of that in, that can be tricky. I don't know what paints would be available, but some of the other paints you can look at. So there's the Games Workshop paints, but Vallejo or something may be easier. I'm not actually sure. I know when I was watching some of the Japanese streams, they were using the, I think, Mr. Color and the more of the Tamiya paints. So those I can... Tamiya has some really nice products. They're expensive here in the States. I don't know for Korea how expensive that would be. Yeah, kind of depends on region and what's easier to get. Here in the States, I can get Games Workshop and Citadel pretty easily. I'm sorry, Vallejo pretty easily. So it kind of depends what you've got in your area. Catch up here. She was going crazy. Mr. Color and Tamiya may be more available and cheaper. Yeah. So here they're a little pricey, but that's because they're here in the States. Maybe more available. Like when I was watching a lot of the anime repaints, they were all using the Mr. Color and stuff. Pretend object, welcome in. Glad US expensive isn't as bad as Australia. I don't know how our Australia friends do it. Between that and video games as well. Those prices always give me some sticker shock. How are you, Pretend Object? Happy New Year. Welcome on in. Sorry, my dog's going nuts. Yep, Vallejo's from Italy, but for some areas it's a little easier to get than some of the other paint brands. I bought bought a town miniature set, okay, a few years ago, but I can't even assemble it because of the unfriendly guide. Do I need to get glue for this separately? Of course not wood glue. I actually have, I'm going to put my YouTube in here. I have a video on assembling plastic miniatures. I actually build this little guy. So I build some Eldar. But if you want to check that out, I show the glue that I use. Latimia is one of that. But if you want to check that out, that might be a good place for you to start. So it's assembling plastic miniatures there on that YouTube. Or if anyone else is just getting into Warhammer and you want a guide for getting started, it shows the sprues, the glue and tool that I use. That is all there. You guys can check it out. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, let me know. But you would be looking at super glue or a plastic glue. Just to get you started there. If you want to check that out, that's available. For Europe people, I low-key love the Revel acrylic paints. For scale models, but so smooth. I have seen those paints, but I have not used them. But there's another recommendation there in the chat. Okay, we're going to go with green lenses. Once I find a paint that's not gunked up. Hey, Saga, welcome in. How are you today? We're working on a Ballistus Dreadnought. What you up to? This is going with a larger Imperial Fist mission project. So we've got a couple dreadnoughts, we've got some infantry, some characters, and then a couple tanks. You guys ready to do even more edge highlights? I don't wanna excite you too much, chat, but we have more edge highlights to come. We're good here. Kicking off the new year. How are your holidays? Hey, Miss Madoka Cosplay, welcome in. How are you? Happy New Year. Your favorite species of Warhammer are miniature, or your favorite? So for 40k, I really love Space Wolves, which are a type of Space Marine. Those were my first army and how I got into Warhammer. For the fantasy side, I really like Skaven, which are basically mad scientist rats. And they're a lot of fun. They have some really fun miniatures. Band of Goblins, hello, how are you? I use Elmer's glue. All my pewter models refuse to stay together. More glue. Pile it on, yeah. Just pile it on. Welcome in. How are you? New Year. Oh, are you part of with the earthquake? I was paying my Turvagon ruin. I'm so sorry. I was watching some of the updates on that, and it is really, really scary. I'm glad you're okay. Welcome on in. Okay, so Turvagon, we've got some NIDs. Yeah, did you have, you can tell me to move on if you like. I hope you didn't have too much damage. It was really scary watching the updates from there. Sounds like just Turvagon. I guess I've always been interested in Warhammer, but I never got into it. I don't know where to start. Are you looking at, one, fantasy or sci-fi? Are we looking at 40k or Age of Sigmar? That'll change my answer a little bit. Go back to your teens, so not like a professional question. Maybe I'm just too excited. So this is my full-time gig. So I stream and commission paint for a living. So some of the questions I've gotten quite a bit. Some of the questions I'm used to. But yeah, I do this full-time. So I've been doing this. I own my own studio. I've been doing this full-time for 5 years. But if you have any other questions, let me know. Happy to help. But yeah, some of it I've been asked a few times. Hey, just some guy, welcome in. Just been impressed with skills at painting. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How are you? Happy New Year to you. Oh, and video games. Okay. we've got, yeah, even more things to consider then. No Slam is also helping in the chat. Thank you, Slam. Ah, the Warhammer world? I've heard the one over there is really nice. We have, I'm in Texas, and we have a smaller one here. I've heard the Japan one is very, very nice. One day I will visit it. One day. New World, Age of Sigmar. Oh, did I misunderstand that? I might have. How did the Age of Sigmar game you and Scott played go? It went really well. It took a while because we were both learning our armies. So cities was completely new. I took lizards I hadn't taken before. So it took a while. We were also figuring out more of the orders and things that you do for Sigmar. We ended up not playing the very last round because it had taken a while and I was getting hangry. But I think cities would have taken it. Cities cavalry is really scary. I learned that. We did find out one ability was a once per game, and it's just worded really weirdly. So now we know that for next time. But it was good. I think we got more of the kind of phase stuff together and figured out. Scott got to try all the city stuff. I took Croak, and I wasn't super impressed with him. But I think if I had built a more Starborn army with more of the spells and stuff, he probably would have done better. I had kind of a mix of melee and spells, so they weren't optimized in any way, but I'm glad we got more of the basics kind of figured out. First strike on charge, good, yeah. So he had Blanco, he had the cavalry unit with the Cavalier Marshal, who gave out some buffs as well, and then so they got like first strike into my Croxagores and just deleted them. It was really scary. And then went and deleted Croak, but with that ability we didn't know was once a game, so I still think they could have taken him out, but it would have been a little harder at least. What was I about to do? Oh. Got distracted. Scary flamers, my poor termagants. Yeah, that'll do it. Yep, I have had the same. Flamers are scary to them. A lot of things scary for termagants. They don't hold up especially well. So many attacks. Yeah, it was just a ton of attacks with all those. He basically buffed every stat. So, like, what am I supposed to do about it? That's what it turned into. It was pretty nuts. But now I know, and now I'm gonna build a buff-ass lizard army. Just throw it at his face. I'm gonna take every Agrodon and Croxagore I can find and throw it at Scott's face. I think people are sleeping on the Priest Cav Marshal. The prayer's pretty dang good. Yeah, it's busted. This is busted. It was pretty disgusting. Just deleting my Croxagores. Let's say by Black Templar's Combat Patrol, but it's hard to paint black and highlights. I like to do kind of the blue-gray highlight on mine. I don't know if that helps at all, but looking at like Incubi Darkness or Dark Reaper, if you don't like just gray, if you want to add a little bit more of that blue, that's what I do for my black armor, and I'm really happy with it. Alright, we've got the Crux Terminatus thingy that I never know how to paint. It looks like it's just white, though, so let's go with our same workup that we had. Yes, Sadie, you look good. You don't have to bark about it. He's like, witness me. Hi, welcome in. How are you? My nickname is Korean, so it's hard to read it, but you can read it as, oh, I wish that helped me. If anyone else knows how to, yeah. was gonna say, I'm sure that's a pronunciation thing that I just don't know. I'm sorry. We're happy to have you. I wish I knew. Trying to think what would be the best way to like translate something over. Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably a phonetic translation way, but I don't know. I don't know that system to be able to translate it. Sorry. She's so barky now because 3 hours of not being able to is all being unleashed. I was wondering how much she would bark at the place. Kind of like when we took her to that other one and the husky was just singing the whole time. The song of his people. Imagine if we had a husky chat. Hear so many barks. They're very talkative. They're very cute though. Okay, la for larva. So la eh. La eh. I think I got. Try to Google if I can submit that. I got a link to speaking Elvish. Okay. We're going Korean to Elvish. I like it. I like it. We're just gonna hit them all today. Yep. That's right. Got it. Thank you. I will try my best to remember that here for the next time. La eh. Thank you for helping with that. I want to make sure I get it right. I'm sorry, you're probably being muted 24/7 with a husky. They're so goofy, though. Yeah, I wouldn't make it. You're right. They're so silly. They're so silly. I do feel bad when Sadie's just going nuts, because, like, my sensory issues, I just can't take it. She's so loud. Her little bark is also, like, a much higher pitch than Simon's was, so it's, like, piercing instead of just loud. That makes it harder for me. Simon's was a little easier to block out, I think. Where hers is just, like, scratching your brain. If you had a husky, you'd have a husky stream. We just go into, yeah, husky content creation. Probably more money there, honestly. It probably wouldn't be a bad change. Japanese commissions can ship to Japan. Yeah, so basically, shipping is covered by the client. So if you're happy to pay the costs over to there, we can do that. I don't mind filling out customs. If you are interested, I do have a little bit of a queue right now. But I do have my website if you'd like to check that out. Finished. I'm going to post a picture of my primed and assembly Maugan Raw for January competition. Let's go. Some more Eldar. There's a butt, though. I'm waiting for the rest of it. Dog is at home, yes. May I ask about the breed? There is Sadie. So Sadie is, yeah, it says there a Shetland sheepdog or a Sheltie. She likes to bark during stream, so you'll probably hear her a lot. Her breed is loud. She's very cute. She's about to be 2. I don't remember what her exact birth date was. She's about to be 2, so she's still in the puppy phase. And that's our little Sadie. Never painted heads for action figures. I have not. I am about to do an anime figure repaint, though. That's probably the closest I will get. But I have not done for action figures. I want to get more into the anime figures, though. Combine my 2 loves here. Anime and painting. It's a place I want to visit sometime. It would be a nice trip, yeah. Very pretty. For now, I'm gonna offer a doggo. It was very pretty, though. It would be a nice trip. Alright, I'm just working on metallics because I need a little win here, honestly. Oh, we got, what, a few more minutes? A few more minutes. And I just like highlighting metallics. Satisfying. Just watching you get shinier and shinier as you go. Just a satisfying step. Yeah, I guess before we wrap up, any other hobby questions? Anything else I can point you in a direction to look at things? Reminder, no stream tomorrow. I'm going to take that as a YouTube recording day and do some admin stuff. So no stream here or YouTube. We will be back on Sunday, and you guys voted actually for a Bushido Warblade, or Warband. I keep saying Warblade. So I think we will have that on Sunday. We'll work on something a little different. So take a small break from Warhammer to work on that, and then we'll get back to some commission work. I think it'll be fun. Midwest, welcome in. How are you? We're working on a Dreadnought. What you got today? This is the new Ballistus Dread for our Imperial Fists. Gotta do the tubes work, that's right. We got partner, it's time to do something with it. Time to do something with it. But there is Past Nikki. You'd like to watch Past Nikki. I think I've got a short going up today on YouTube for the Raptidons. And then all of our VODs are over there. You check them out. Let's see. Leave a couple hours somewhere. Birthday early because it's tomorrow. Happy early birthday. What are we doing to celebrate here? Happy birthday. Is what you're doing right now, edge highlight. It is, yep. So I'm going along all of the edges of the metallic bits and just kind of highlighting the edges where the light would be catching. And it just kind of exaggerates that highlight. You can also see it on the panels we've done edge highlighting. So along all this yellow, on the black there, those would all be examples of edge highlighting, yeah. But it's just pulling out that highlight point where the light is hitting the very edge of the surface. It is very common. You'll see it a lot in Warhammer. That is something I need to start working on and start doing, yeah. I think especially if you like the kind of Warhammer style. Like, you'll still see it in display art. But Warhammer specifically leans very heavy into the edge highlights and things. So if you're looking to get like a nice tabletop in their style, edge highlighting is a good one to learn, yep. Painting Dad, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome everybody coming over. We are working on, this is the new Ballistus Dreadnought, and this is for Imperial Fists. So we've got a wave of Imperial Fists that we're working on. We have a Apothecary we started yesterday, the Ballistus today, and I think we're going to do the Terminators up next. So that's what we've got. How was your stream? What were you up to today? What did we have on the table? I'm assuming we were painting from the Painting Dad. But what did we have today? Welcome in. Midwest is going Buffalo Wild Wings. I've never been there. Yum. I hope you enjoy. Let me see. What else we got here? Stream was great. Working on a bunch of World Eaters. Chat, you know what to do. If you want to check out some World Eaters, check out some more Warhammer here on stream. Go give a follow. Go check out Painting Dead. I appreciate that raid. Thank you so much. Hey Zendra, how are you? That black is clean. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. This is, this army we've done a couple rounds of already. So this is our 3rd round of Imperial Fist, which is nice because we've got the color scheme kind of worked out. And we're just cruising along today. So welcome on in, everybody. If you are brand new to my stream, hello, I'm Nikki. We paint a lot of Warhammer here. For me, I've been working on my Seraphon army for Sigmar. I also just finished a Gladiator for my Space Wolves. And then I also do commission work on here. So if you'd like to see more of my stuff, there are my... Oh, thank you, Slam. Sorry, I didn't even see it. There are my socials you can check out. And then I do have a YouTube that we're doing more tutorials and things on. So you can check that out as well if you'd like. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, a lot of Warhammer here. A little bit, at least. My chat did decide we're going to work on Bushido here on Sunday, though. So I'm excited for that. I also really love working on Kingdom Death. I've got some Malifaux I want to get back to. A little bit of everything, but I would say mainly Warhammer. As I play and paint 40k in Sigmar. So welcome on in. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, I'll keep cruising. We'll go a little bit longer today since we've got more friends joining us. Hey, Lovic, welcome in. This look great. The yellows are really nice. What paints do you use? Sure. So, if you like the yellows here, I'm missing one paint, but I'll show you the rest of them here. I start with Mournfang Brown as my base. So you can see that here where we've got the gradient. That's Mournfang. Then I do Gold Brown, which I sub... It would be Averland Sunset, but I prefer the Vallejo because my Averland kept caking up on me. So Gold Brown. And then Uriel Yellow is what I'm using as the kind of last highlight and our edge highlighting. So you can go one brighter. A lot of the 40k schemes also use Dorn Yellow. For ours, we kind of stick to the more heresy, darker colors, but that's what I've got. If you have any questions, let me know. How are you? Is there anything you're working on? Hey, Sea Falls Gamer. Yay, Malifaux. Oh, working at Ukiro at the moment. Very nice. I picked up... Here's what I really want to work on. I picked up the story keyword for 10 Thunders. I've got these two that just came in. And then I've got the other box for it as well. So I've got this, and then I was working on the Wake the Dead box, but the colors aren't working the way I want them to. So I've got to rethink how I want to do all that. But I really want to start that box. This is airbrushed, yeah. So airbrush, and then coming back by hand for the rest of the details. Yeah, Airdish, welcome in. Yep, so this is airbrush, and then we come back by hand, is how I do a lot of my stuff. It saves me a lot of time. I like the effect and the gradients with the airbrush. And between all of my armies and commissions, airbrush is usually the way that I go. The Terminators are the full workup. So that is the Mournfang, the gold, and then the yellow. They just don't have the edge highlights, so they look a little bit darker. The edge highlights do help kind of pull it together and highlight them up. Let's see, very nice. I took about 10 years off from Malifaux, just came back last month. Trying to fill in the gaps I've missed since second. I'd gotcha. I'm pretty new to it. We've played a few games, but I think I still need to learn how kind of the schemes and some of that works. So we've just kind of did a kill each other type battle just to learn. But there's definitely some like objective stuff I need to learn. But it's such a fun game. The card system's really neat. I enjoy that a lot more than I thought I would. I just noticed the edge highlight on the black armor. How did you get such straight lines? Sure, so one tip I can give, and you can go back in the VOD too if you want to watch me do it. If you use the body of your brush along like these hard edges, you get to keep that really straight line without having to pull it this way and potentially make it a bit thicker at the end. You use the body of your brush along these hard edges and then just save pulling it for like these ones where you don't have that harder edge. That can help. So for these, or if you've got tanks, so like coming along here and just using the body of your brush, keeps that really nice and smooth as you work along. And then keep those tougher edges for taking the time to slow down and really work on that pull across the edge. Yeah, I hope that helped. What have you got on your table? What are you working on? Yeah, I'm very rusty. Printed up a bunch of condition markers, scheme markers this past weekend. Need to get them all painted up now. Let's go. We played... Last time I played was Adepticon, so it's been a while. But it was a lot of fun getting to play. I played with Mousebait here in the community. And she had played, I think, last edition as well. So between what she remembered and we did a real quick demo at their booth, we were able to get through a game, and that was a lot of fun. And then played one more game here at the house after. So the last game I played was with Hamlin, and I had all the like plague tokens and things. Which is a really cool mechanic, but being brand new, it was kind of a lot to keep up with. Do you have an art background or just picked it up on your own? I picked it up on my own. I actually, before this, I did data analysis in a corporate office. And enjoying this a lot more. So this is now my full-time gig. I started streaming and painting, and I do commissions and streaming as my full-time job. Welcome on in. Exactly. We went from one nerdy to the other. So lots of charts and math before this, and now I paint. Let's see, building everything but painting. So I'm new. Just slap speed paints all over Tyranids. I think Tyranids are perfect for speed paints, though. You've got all that organic between the skin, between the like shells and stuff. Speed paints are made for that, so that's perfect. Well, welcome on in. You do data analysis now? How fun. Nice. I did a lot of work with, I don't know if you use these programs, Alteryx, a lot of Tableau, a lot of Excel. That was my life for a while. But I had a super toxic client, and this was taking off, so I decided to make the jump and be my own boss. And I don't think I could ever go back. The problem is I have heavy gaming ADHD. Can't pick a single master for Malifaux or army for 40k. My chat likes to make fun of me because I'll tell them, like, oh, you just need a couple boxes to play Malifaux. But they're all so cool, though, that you end up buying multiple. That's the danger of Malifaux, is yes, you only need one box. But they're all so cool that you're gonna get more of them. You're just gonna get more of them. It's just how it works. I'm the one to blame for doing this as a job. If I've hid those dwarves all those years ago, yep. All your fault. How dare you help me find something rewarding that I could do full time? How dare you? I'm enjoying not having to worry about my brush control, where the paint goes. Let's see, I live in Power BI, Excel, Python, occasionally Tableau. Gotcha. You gave up Excel, Senpai, for painting. Ew. But says as a real programmer, much respect for insane Excel programming. There's just so much you can do with it. Hey, Sparks a lot, welcome in. How are you today? Listen here, Mrs. I'll buy one box but end up getting every model in the keyword. It's not my fault they make it so easy. That's not on me. That's on weird, okay? Okay? Couldn't be me. Math, welcome in. How are you? I'm gonna start at 2. Want to paint? Oh, Colette? Yeah, that's a fun choice too. Yes, yes. Come paint with us. How are you today? My poor brushes. Having a day. 100%. I'm trying to focus on my Resurrectionist and Bayou at the moment, filling in keyword kits I've missed. I have Bayou, and then I got the Whiskey Golem just for funsies. So now I'm dipping into like that keyword as well, which I'm now forgetting the name of. Is it Tri-Chi? Got that. They just make it too easy to branch into other stuff is the dangerous bit. You get it, and then there's crossover stuff, and obviously you need to dip into that. It's too dangerous. Scott says Colette's a great box. One of the ones I have. Yep, Scott's got Colette. Colette, Rasputina, English Ivan, Anya, is it Yetzel? And Maxine. I have a ton. of 10 Thunders. I've got Hamlin with the Nightmare Crew. And then I have the Guild. I did the Day of the Dead Nightmare Edition. So I have all that. Question is one new to painting. How do you folks get your brush tips back to a nice tip between painting sessions? I clean them and gently point a tip, but they're half wet after they're clean. I can't seem to get anything neat like your brush shape, except for on my small brush. So that is the biggie. If you've already got the brush soap, essentially for, I guess, starting with brush care, you don't want things drying in between the bristles. That's what starts to make them come apart. While I'm painting, you'll see, a lot of people don't like it. I'm a brush licker. I'll put my brush in my mouth, and that is because I'm bringing it back to a tip. Just let me do that really quick, and it brings it back to that tip for the next color or thing that I'm working on. If you don't like that, if you don't want to do that, the other thing you can do, and a lot of people do, is if you kind of cup your hand and just bring it along here, you can kind of, if you twist it while you do that, it'll also bring it to a point. Between the painting sessions, I would do that with your brush soap. So if you have something like the Masters, it actually works as a conditioner as well. So leave a little bit on the bristles and get it to lengths, so it'll dry like that. That should help. But yeah, you'll see me, I'm a brush licker. You'll see me do that a lot while I'm on stream. And it's just so I get a quick point on the brush without having to like set my stuff down. You can roll it on a paper towel, like Butt said too. It doesn't give you the shape right away, but you can kind of, if you spin it like I was doing, that'll help. How did I get here? Hello, farmer. How are you? We did have a raid. You may have raided over. Welcome. We are working on a Ballistus Dreadnought. What are you up to? We're happy to have you. However you got here, we're happy to have you. We'll try the palm trick. Appreciate it. What was the substance you suggested to add? Master's brush soap. So, oh, the bot didn't bring it in. But yeah, Master's brush soap is a soap and also a conditioner. So it'll condition the bristles like a hair conditioner. But if you leave it in, it'll help with the bristles as well. Does Slam break it again? Probably. Probably. But yeah, I hope that helps. I've tried looking to be cool, but I always end up back on the top. Yeah, some people really hate it. I find that it's kind of the quickest for me, and I don't have to set anything down to do it. Some people are like, ew, you're eating paint, but like, not really. If anything, it's the brush, like the water. If there's anything, and it's barely anything, so. It's whatever you want to do. That just works for me. It's not cool, though. If you don't like it, there's the hand, there's paper towel. Whatever works for you. That just works for me. We'll get some of that soap. The soap is good for just a lot of things. Just for overall brush care. If you're having trouble keeping the point on your brush, good to have. It's, I'll be honest, I'm not as good as I should be about brush care, but it does help your brushes last longer. So I would recommend, yeah. It's the soap puck we use. The Winsor Newton is a higher strength liquid cleaner. Yeah, we use if you have one that's super gunked up, and I'll use it for my dry brushes. The Winsor Newton, you can actually soak it in there, but it is a much stronger cleaner. I don't think I would use that on my like daily brushes. That would be for very heavily gunked up brushes. This poor brush needs to be replaced soon. I always wondered if Citadel paint has taste different than Army painter. Probably. I mean, I've not tested it, but I can say I've accidentally licked my brush with a wash on it, and I don't recommend that. That's pretty gross. Pretty gross. So much of what I do in painting is subconscious. It's hard to change habits, yeah. Mm-hmm. I need to work on technique and not getting the upper half of my brush filled with paint, like yours. I find I use the lower half of the head 80% of the time, here's some paint drying in the core of the upper half, which I cleaned out, yeah. The more you can keep away from where the, this is called the ferrule, which is where all the bristles are actually connected, like to the brush and connected together. The more that you can keep out of that, the better for your brush. Mrs. Panda got me a new water cup thing. Oh, has the brush cleaner at the bottom? Yeah, and it kind of vibrates too. Oh, okay. That seems neat. Mine is the Citadel cup, so it's got the little like edges at the bottom. I do like that. Oh, Sparks a lot. Thank you so much for that sub. I appreciate that. Let me get, you may be our last ornament. We've been doing Christmas ornaments for our subscriber tree. I think you might be our last one. Let me get you an ornament, friend. Thanks for the info and welcome. Chill community, solid lighting, audio framing for the content. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you, thank you. Let me get you an ornament. Make sure we spell those right. No Z. Thank you for your support. Thanks for coming to check us out today. I appreciate it. Do you rinse your brush constantly? Keep paint on the fair? Yes. Yep. It's, even if I'm staying within the same color, if I haven't rinsed my brush in a little bit, I'll still do it in between, like, re-upping my paint. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to work on. Usually I will have wrapped up by now, but since we have some new friends, I'm going to go a little bit longer today. I'm trying to figure out, like, one more thing we can work on together. If we've got one. And then I need to get some lunch because I'm getting very hungry. A lot of this is going to be silver. I just wanted to double check before I just went in there with a whole bunch of silver. We can do a little bit more edge highlighting, and I think that's where I need to wrap up today. Oh geez, no to never taste your brush after washes. Those old ones are terrible. They're pretty gross. I think that's my fear when I start to do more oil paint, is that I will try to lick my brush, and that's a no-no. Don't want to do that. I think the other advice for while we were talking edge highlighting is the more that you can pull the paint towards you, the easier it is too, as opposed to pushing it. I will pass that on too for anyone working on edge highlights. The longer you stream, the longer I don't have to start cleaning. I told my husband I would start cleaning when the stream is over. Okay, well, we're going all day, shit. Buckle in. Sorry, Autofire. I got one more highlight here, and I think that's all for today. Thank you, everyone, for coming to spend some time with us today, though. I really appreciate it. Reminder that I'm going to cancel stream tomorrow because I'm going to do some YouTube recording. Work on another community showcase and some tutorials. So we will be back on Sunday, and we'll be working on Bushido. So if you guys want to check that out. I'm also going to throw our Discord. If you want to come hang out in between streams, we do have our Discord. Oh, the bot's not working. That's right. Just kidding. I think it's below stream if you would like it, though. I don't know why the bot is retaliating today, but it is. Pull up a YouTube bot. That's right. And check out Past Nikki. I used to make content years ago, so I have a massive respect for those that put in the time, getting the audio and lighting, framing focus completely locked down, especially in multicam setups. Thank you. Kind of a flow of constant content and chat with, without just turning to talking with a character, the corner model sitting on the table. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I love streaming. I'll be honest, YouTube's the hard one for me because it's very strange not talking back. But I really enjoy streaming. Getting to hang out with everyone. So thank you, that really means a lot. It's almost like the bot needs to be reset after 2.5 hours when our stream is 3 hours. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Alright, I'm sorry, Autofire. I think it's lunchtime. I think it's lunchtime. But we got a lot done on our Ballistus Dread. So everyone say goodbye to the Ballistus Dread. He probably won't be back. I'll get basing and the rest of that silver worked off stream. But the last 2 days, we've got a good start here on our Imperial Fists. So we've got our Apothecary, the Ballistus, think next up I will do the Terminators, and I'll show you guys when those are together. Thank you. That's it's been a lot of fun. So we've got these. I have the new blanked out on the name. The other Dreadnought that came, Brutalis. We have one of those to do as well. We've got some tanks and then some more infantry. So if you guys like the Imperial Fist, we'll be working on them here for at least this month. We'll try and get as much as we can together. But we will be back on Sunday. Again, no stream tomorrow. If you want to come hang out between streams, we still don't have a bot. We do have our Discord. YouTube and socials are also down below the stream if you want to check those out. So that's unfortunately the only place I can point you. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming to hang out, especially with the holidays here. It was good to see everyone. Hope everyone is having a happy new year. Hang tight. We got a lot of love with raids today, and I want to pass that on. So I'm going to see who is on. So hang tight. I will try to find someone else working on some Warhammer. Thank you so much for all the support, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye.